Hey everybody, and welcome to D4, where I, Dustin,
And I, Devin, Codium, a 5th edition game of Dungeons
and Dragons.
Sorry for the late start and the technical difficulties. As you can see, we are also missing Araya. We hope she is feeling better and will be joining us in future weeks, of course. But this past Saturday, actually yesterday, we had our first private Patreon game where we DM'd a one-shot game for our patrons within our Elder Eye tier. We hope they had a wonderful time because we can assure you we had a blast running the game for them and their homebrew characters. If you want to be a part of our next one, all you have to do is subscribe to the Elder Eye tier within our Patreon, where you get a bunch of content, including D4 maps, exclusive merch, DM tips, player interviews, early access to all the content, and more. The next game, we do one every 6 months, will be in December, so just hop on it now and make sure you get your ticket into that next game.
Next week is Gen Con. And we, the DMs, as well as Ellie, will be there. If you see us, feel free to say hey. Make sure to swing by some of our sponsor booths to show your appreciation for them as well. But don't be sad, because we will still have entertainment for you on Sunday. One of our oldest friends, Joe Hernandez, will be running one of the Radiant Citadel modules for Araya, a Catkins, and a Goblin, and another very good friend of ours, Winston Clark. So please tune in next Sunday for a wild ride through the ethereal plain city of the Radiant Citadel.
Yes. As we've had some technical difficulties, we're just going to breeze through the sponsors to not waste any more time to get into the game. So we want to thank all of our amazing sponsors: Die Hard Dice, D&D Beyond, Beatles and Grimm, Eldritch Foundry, and Meeple Madness. Make sure to get your free Idle Champions chest by using the code at the bottom of the screen for those watching on Twitch. And we still have the Eldritch gift card giveaway, which will be put into the Twitch chat. Just look for that prompt. Any other information, find it out on d4dndrpg.com. But without further ado, let us immerse ourselves
into the Chronicles of D4.
Last time, on Depraved Documents and Doppelganger Dichology, Seisha and Finley finished deciphering the Far Realm pages while their minds succumbed to the visions and maddening burden of knowing that which is unknowable. They learn a lot about what has led to this precipice of dark omens. Too much to recap.
So much. Just look at my eyes.
Liam infiltrated Castle Waterdeep with a new recruit constable from Baldur's Gate, where he comes face to face with the Grand Civilar Hallister Silvermane. Through clever subterfuge, Liam is able to convince the Grand Civilar to meet with some informant of his at the Yawning Portal to talk about the cultish threat pouring up into the city from Skullport.
The group seances the tied-up cultist Seisha murdered, to hopefully gather some more information. Hey, facts.
Okay, that sounded really judgmental, you guys.
Murder. Murderer.
I'm the one doing the judging here.
He ran into your sword 10 times.
He had it coming. But they were hoping to find some information they were unable to retrieve previously. In their conversations with the dead spirit, they learned the cult has targeted disparaged people in the lower parts of the city and specifically sought out those that felt forsaken by the gods and believed that they did not exist at all. They did learn the cult of Elder Evils planned on somehow releasing the avatar of Shothragot, the harbinger of the Elder Eye, soon. They learn she is to protect the Blessed Sun as he hunts down Ao's hubris before reciting the end of the unholy mantric chant said by those who worship the Elder Eye.
The group buys some potions of mind shielding, 2 phoenix elixirs, and a sanity potion from Fala and Mama Uwe, as the two are now working together to craft unique potions. Harold lets Vincent Trench know the plan of when and where they are meeting these supposed unseen doppelgangers, as the party heads towards the yawning portal to meet the Grand Civilar, and at least 2 nobles that match names on Seisha's list of those that could possibly be tied to the Far Realm.
After a tense talk and tiptoeing through mind games and subterfuge from both sides of the table, everything escalates and comes to a head. Just as Liam, Seisha, and Harold show their hand to get a rise out of their targets, Karina takes the initiative and surprisingly casts Moonbeam, forcing 2 doppelgangers to reveal themselves. Panic ensues as the party faces off in a fight of not only bronze, but of navigating the combat around civilians and trying to convince the Watch of who the enemies truly are. In the heat of combat, Liam kills 1 doppelganger as Finley exposes another, and Vincent, unbeknownst to most of the party, shows his true form as a Rakshasa as he hunts down Hallister but Hallister disappears and hides amongst the escaping crowd.
Knowing their fight is fruitless, the doppelgangers consume vials of black ichor, giving themselves over to the mutations of the Mother of Monsters. Their bodies melt away into thousands of writhing worms that come together to form a writhing larva mage. The horrific, unfathomable sight bewitched the minds of the Watch and Karina as they looked into the depths of the Far Realm. In the end, Finley banished the aberrant mass of worms, and Hallister escaped into the city streets.
The Grand Civilar taunts the group, saying that even if they killed him, it would be too late, as the Mother would soon be upon them, and all of humanity would be hunted. And as he exited the door, he looked to Liam and exclaimed that he may see his son once again in the future. Liam and the Rakshasa give chase, but to no avail, as the group, although rooting out and dispersing 3 of the unseen threats within the city, did not stop the Grand Civilar, and do not know what misfortune that folly might bring.
And that is where we pick up tonight's story. Karina, while your mind was lost as you looked upon an unknowable creature, your mind succumbed to madness as it tried to comprehend the horror set before it.
Your consciousness, unable to accept what was before you, slipped away, trying to save your psyche as you found yourself floating in darkness, but in a familiar and almost comforting place. You found yourself swimming through oblivion in the void of space, surrounded by hundreds, thousands, millions of stars. Constellations across multiple universes, some which you recognize, and some that you do not.
However, one calls out to you as you see the ethereal form of a conspiracy of ravens. 3 forms move into place as 3 stars make up the piercing eye of the 3 profiles, with a box of 4 stars making the body of the foreground raven. You feel like a message is coming to you before a sinking dread overwhelms you, and you feel like 1,000 eyes are upon you, but in a malicious way. Your eyes turn to match the beautiful but unnerving nebula-filled black void of the far realm as you see every star become an all-seeing eye fixed upon you. as the Elder Eye now sees you.
Karina Larova of Tanolisia. Once again, I see you.
And after a moment of time passes, unbeknownst to you how long it may be, you come to, as combat has ended. You no longer see Liam, you no longer see the Rakshasa, and you no longer see any of the doppelgangers, as some of your party is around you.
Do I have any damage that I've taken from that? Or any lasting effects?
No, it is, the mechanical effect is that is during combat you are incapacitated.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure if there was any
Lingering?
lasting lingering effects.
Not this time.
Oh, I don't like those words.
Yeah, no, they never sound better.
But as you're coming to, you all knowing this feeling all too well as experiencing it yourself or watching others succumb to it. You watch the void nebula take over Karina's eyes as it then fades away as she comes to.
You good?
You're right?
No.
Okay, well that sounds
That's-
about right.
That's the right answer.
Was it the eyes?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Elder Eye, he said he saw me.
Yeah, he does that.
Okay, I don't know.
I'm sorry.
But he saw me. This feels different than just seeing me. This feels familiar in some way that I can't describe.
What do you mean familiar?
Like maybe
In your world?
maybe the Elder Eye had something to do with what happened in your world.
Maybe. But I don't know. We never had anything like what you all are experiencing on the ground level here. We just had the stars black out.
Well, from the rest of our world's perspective, they probably don't know either.
That's
I'm
true.
keeping my eye on the guards. Where are they going?
They too were succumbed and they're coming to, and they're kind of in a like cold sweat panic of, and will go and ask you like what happened, where did they go. They feel like they need to go out into the streets but they need direction, so they'll come to you, Harold. And
I'm going to tell them, in the interest of remaining safe, I don't think we should let them go yet, and I think we should determine whether or not they're actually doppelgangers. And I will tell them that obviously I trust them and think that everything's okay, but it's just for safety's sake. We should really just not take any chances here.
I assure you, sir, I'm not one of those creatures.
I can't believe the God Silverhand was.
Yeah, it's sort of our feeling too. So
Zone of truth.
Okay.
there we go.
Saving
Perfect.
throw from the guards.
All right. Can each of you just tell
no idea
me?
what you casted, and we'll fail.
Could you each of you just tell me you're not a doppelganger, please?
I am not, to my knowledge, a doppelganger.
Okay.
I'm not a doppelganger.
All right.
We're good.
And they'll each go down the line and do that.
Constable Grant Pimbleton.
Don't make fun
Right,
of
as
it.
lo-
Well, I
Is
thought that
it-
was his honest full name. Is
Oh,
not a
okay.
truth.
Okay.
Primbleton.
All right. Then we're
Primble
good.
Primbleton.
I was like, it's
If
hard to
if all of them
pronounce.
say it without issue, then I will be like,
No.
I will explain to them
Confuse
exactly
all
what
the-
happened, and then I will tell them like, hey, you can, if you want to go do your guard stuff, by all means, we're kind of gonna handle things in here.
Durnan?
You see Durnan is making sure that everybody is out and is double checking, kind of looking for things, but he does make his way up to your group.
Durnan, can I buy a table?
Why?
I really want to throw a table.
You have your own bar.
We can throw one of our
But I
tables.
can't throw anything in my bar into a big, deep hole.
Can we bring one of our tables from our bar over here to throw it into the deep hole?
Oh my god,
Can we
just
just
throw it.
go
Just
home?
stop
Pick
it.
up a table and throw it over the railing into the pit.
How much was that table? I'll pay double.
Oh my god.
VCan doesn't know the price of
20
things.
gold.
So she was gonna give you 20 gold. I was gonna say that.
Nice.
We've been fighting this stuff for a while, and it's gotten to the point where we're... Guys, I think we're too far behind.
No, I don't think we are. But I think we also need to keep control of our emotions and not like
Not throw tables into pits?
not throw tables into pits that belong to people who just helped us out. Thank you, Durnan.
I asked.
Well, he did.
He
say
didn't
no.
give you the okay.
What's the property damage around here?
Well,
There is.
Because I did make a promise.
You did.
I paid for the table, so double.
I promised him that there wouldn't be any property damage.
There's not.
Was the
There's
railing
actually
broken?
not much
Okay.
Yeah.
damage
Okay.
as you look around because everything happened out in the open, and then what?
Moonbeam does not
Yeah, it doesn't
affect
affect-
objects.
Yeah, so yeah, there's really not
Okay.
much other than the table that is now over the edge and.
Yeah, she's
Shattered
not
on the
apologizing
floor.
for that.
Oh, it's in the hole.
Yeah.
But
Well, now it's in the hole, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, this was great. This is lovely. Thank you so much for having us. Should we go?
We should go.
Definitely go.
anyways, I gave you. You warned me. Nobody got hurt. Innocents were saved. The bar's closed tomorrow and maybe for a few days anyway, so this will help make that easier.
Oh, well, that's really convenient timing.
Watch the pit.
What? Why is it closed, if I may ask?
God's day.
No,
No?
I have. Somewhere to be.
I'm say if you really don't want to tell us, you don't have
Yeah,
to.
But don't worry,
Personal.
the pit will be barred and closed.
Question:
Wait.
have you dropped the zone of truth?
No.
Cool. Mert,
Oh.
or not Mert, but Durnan, go
Durnan.
ahead and roll that.
Sorry, I saw it.
Natural one.
I can tell you that he has not lied so far.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Yep.
If you have any questions, just ask him now.
Yeah.
It's okay if you don't want to tell us
And then,
what you're
like,
doing.
without being able to stop himself for some reason,
Yeah.
Mert and I have been asked by Laurel to go on a mission for her personal stuff. She needs some friends to handle since she is tied up as the Open Lord.
Be careful.
It'll be the first time me and the old wolf have done something together like this in over 100 years or so. I'm not looking forward to hearing the same old jokes, but somebody's got to make sure he doesn't get himself killed. So, if anyone needs to be careful, it's him.
Can I ask where you're going?
No.
Okay.
But
We should probably.
someone needs to let the Open Lord and the Blackstaff know that we have a doppelganger threat infiltrating the high authorities of our justice system.
We will.
Also need to inform them we have a Roxasha loose in the city.
We will.
Finley will then pipe up. I will do that.
She'll make her way to Vajra.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks, Finley.
At some point.
Hey, while you're at the school, look into what the dark atmosphere they talked about was.
Okay. She lets you know that she's going to do that tomorrow, as it is very late at
Yep.
this point in time.
I believe the exact response was already planning on it
Yeah.
as she heads out.
Okay. That's fine.
Oh,
We should get home.
yeah,
I would prefer that.
we should do that.
But yeah, that's what I said. She's going to do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But she's gonna go to the house now,
yeah.
so that Finley's not here.
Yes.
Yes.
Understandable. But as you start to leave, Bonnie stops you as she kind of like peeks out from the safety of the private room area. Is everything done?
Not exactly.
What happened?
One of the unseen was masquerading as the Grand Civilar.
And you can feel a familiar presence just kind of quickly wash over each of your minds.
He got away.
It's fine. At least thank you for trying to bring justice for Cecil.
I'm not done.
I know. He may have gotten away. And we will find him again. Stop it from happening. He'll have a harder time taking root within a position of power. Now that you're going to let the Open Lord and Blackstaff know about it. This may not be full justice for what the unseen have done to our kin. But it's enough to know that we have people like you on our side. Hopefully one day it'll be over.
As always, if any of you need a haven, you're welcome at the Spirits of Trollskull.
They know. And don't worry, I'll be watching over the bar while Darnan's gone. Still be closed, and we'll close up the, we have an iron bar to lay over just in case.
Just if somebody comes climbing out of that pit, don't try to stop them by yourself.
Hopefully the iron bar will keep them at bay.
I hope so.
But I can call for the watch.
Okay.
I think.
You haven't seen do you know Gariel?
As you say the name, the image pops up.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen her pass through every once in a while, but she doesn't really like to stay in here very long.
No, she's got a bar she frequents. You haven't seen her come out of the pit, have you?
No, I have not seen her come out of the pit.
Okay.
Do people come out of the pit? I thought just monsters came out of the pit.
No, people come out of the pit. They go down and come back out.
That
What do they
only
do down there? What do they do down there? What's down there? Why can't I go down there? Is there a ladder? There's no ladder.
No,
She looks, there's no ladder.
there's a lift, and you got to pay Durnan. And just to let you know, it's a cavern labyrinth of madness. Hallister built it at some point, and Skullport's like pretty far deep into it. I don't know exactly where.
How did I not know this? I thought it was just a pit that monsters came out of
No, it
sometimes.
leads to, is it Undermount or Undermountain? I can
It is Undermountain, but it is colloquially called a Dungeon of the Mad Mage, I believe, after Hallister Blackcloak.
If we ever have time off, that sounds really fun.
Okay.
Well,
Sorry.
one day in the future, possibly, you can find yourselves fighting all sorts of monstrosities that dwell within Undermountain.
That sounds really fun. Maybe not to you guys. Okay, anyways, I'll put a pin in that for later. I'll come back to you on that.
Again, I know you didn't quite win, but it's a step forward. So thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie.
You didn't actually want any of that Durnan draft, do you?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to look at my hit points.
But
Let's head back home.
Okay.
And we will head out. I will mount Bernie and ride behind our carriage and just kind of keep an eye on the street as we go, looking for any signs of people taking note of us or thieves' cant that I may see as we're traveling through the city.
Okay. I will let you know a doppelganger that has the ability to take on the persona of anybody and blend in is just going to get away.
Yeah.
But the thieves' cant thing, I'll maybe think of something. But
Okay.
Like listening for thieves' cant?
Or watching. It can be like sign language or verbal.
yeah, there's thieves' cant has many things. It's either double speak or sign language or
Symbols
written on things and stuff
That's a
like
lot.
that.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a reason why only thieves can, or rogues can understand it. It's a lot to learn. But it is late. And you see the streets are nearly pitch dark.
Was it tonight I was supposed to go to see Mama? Or is it tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night.
Okay.
Yep. It is currently the night of the 13th. There's no longer enough time in the day to go do anything. We just wanted to wrap up this scene as we did not get up to it last time. But
and when you exit, there's no sign of Liam.
Right.
Yeah.
I
There's
assumed.
no sign of.
I wouldn't stick around if I were him either.
So we just head home, no problems.
yeah, there's no sign of a Rakshasa. You see that there are people making their way home, as Castle Ward is one of the busier districts. They're making their way
There
home.
is a 2 squads of the Watch who have arrived and head in as you are leaving.
Cool.
But you see that the streets are very dark as you look up to see an illuminated sky of twinkling stars, accompanied by only the smallest sliver of a waning crescent moon. As you are sure that within the next day or two, it will be a new moon. The alignment of stars, now more prominent in the skies, the void of stars they create, or the void of stars, around the line they create around them, is vehemently noticeable now. You see many other Waterdevians strolling through the city, taking in the wonderment of it all, more so just in awe of it than in fear. Thieves can't. I would say you probably do see some things, but nothing of high
I don't
note.
already know.
Something that you would probably pick up on of like, oh, hey, there's an easy target. It's real dark tonight. We should probably, and things like that.
Yeah.
But not of like something, not at your pay scale.
Yeah. At some point, if I pass somebody who's like given the hey, we should go jump people, I just want to kind of slowly ride over to them, and as I'm riding past them, I wouldn't do that, and just keep going.
Okay.
What's our configuration on the way home? Like me and V in the carriage and
You,
Seisha
V, and
on-
Harold in the carriage. I'm on
Okay.
a horse.
Finley's already left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You wanting to have any conversations with your?
No, I was making sure that we had everybody accounted for.
Yes.
There will be a conversation later.
Okay.
There will be conversation.
But you make it to your home safely.
I will grab a bottle from downstairs
Okay.
and leave. Sorry, Leaf. I'll leave 5 gold on the counter because I figure I owe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leaf does write. Kara wants to talk about God's Day.
Oh, did she go home already?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll let the group know and we'll talk to her in the morning. Thanks, Leaf.
And you
Sleep
get the
sweet
sense
if you
that
sleep.
it's you get the sense in the sense of like it's a day of celebration. What is the bar going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not anything that's nefarious. Just kinda
Right,
like,
right.
Just business talk.
Yeah.
Yep. And I will head upstairs with my happy bottle and 4 glasses.
Okay.
All right. I think we've earned this. And I set the bottle down and I hand out the glasses.
I think you're right.
I know there's a lot going on right now, and we need to pay attention to that. But first, I think we've all had moments in battle where we were facing this stuff and it affected us.
The void, yeah.
This was your first time.
I wouldn't say that.
Well,
But-
first time here. And
You've
Yeah.
been in the void before?
Sort of. It's hard to describe.
My void didn't talk to me, so that I remember. Did the void? Okay, they're busy, but but what I remember is they didn't talk to me. The void never spoke to me, right? I don't
What?
remember the void ever speaking to me. It was just eyes.
It did. It said.
I
It actually
see
said
you.
Vio Miliana Gathala.
I
At
see
that
you.
point, I see you.
Okay, well, not extensively. We didn't have a convo.
Yeah.
Sorry. I know it's not funny. It's really traumatizing.
it's
Not as much as you'd think.
It's something we've all experienced, and if you want to talk about it, or
I really don't.
if you have any wisdom you can give us.
Be good
I
at your
don't-
job.
I don't think we can stop what's coming, but I think we can control the damage it does.
Like throw it in the middle of the ocean and hope it explodes over there kind of control?
That would be great, but I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Throw it into space.
Even better, unfortunately, I don't know how to do that.
I mean,
I'm
me neither, but what if you built like a... I don't even know what it is.
I was thinking while we were fighting, and something occurred to me. The Project Giant Star. They're facing a deadline. They used the last of the material they have, which tells me it had to be completed before a deadline. And it only makes sense that that deadline would be the planetary convergence coming up.
Remind me this project again?
We don't know exactly. All we know is that they used the last of the mercurial Gathalan metal. Not metal, but the liquid that they were
Yeah.
pulling out of the mine. They used the last of that to complete it. Now,
Oh god, okay, yeah, God, there's so much to keep track of in this stupid town. I mean...
and it all ties into this, and that's why I'm saying I don't think we can stop it.
I should probably tell you all what I saw in the telescope.
The telescope?
Yeah.
The thing that, oh god, his name has left me.
Nim and Twiggy.
Twiggy. Sparklord's Nem and Twiggy had. I looked at the planetary alignment and it's getting dark
Yeah.
around it. It's losing stars.
What
Oh, Jesus, okay.
worried me, and I had the name of them, so I'm pretty sure this was information that I have, because I didn't note that I didn't have it. The stars behind it, behind our planets that have aligned.
So there's the...
I have the list.
Yeah. There's
I'm
realm
just making
space.
sure. Yes.
And realm space is the solar system that Toril is within. And then there were 8 other stars that you learned were brought into existence 100 years ago. I think it was 1386. Don't quote me.
Yeah.
But where the abolithic sovereignty actually brought them into realm space, or at least visible realm space.
Right.
Instead of just amongst the myriad of stars that are within the phlogiston of the far realm and all of that space in between spheres. It kind of brought it into
Right. Our planets are aligning, but there are... It was 9 stars, I'm sorry?
8. There's
8
8
stars.
in the realm space, and then 8 additional.
There's 8 stars that have lined up in conjunction with these, and one of them, well, 8 of them, are tied to the aboleth sovereignty. Those are things like Golor. They are creatures of the far realms. I recognize the name of one of them, Hadar. I was able to tap into Hadar's power when I was corrupted. And it was dark and violent. And I think what's coming is much the same. I don't think this is going to be an overnight destructive event. Thunder. But what this means is we have to start considering what might happen. And part of that is figuring out if we can possibilities for Project Giant Star. The one I've come up with that there's a couple options I've come up with, and I wanted to bounce them off you guys to see what you think.
Okay.
One, the simplest, this would be the easiest one to deal with, would be that they are taking that mercurial metal and infusing it into the veins of the storm giant corpse we saw in the star mounts. If they can get that moving through the body and someone invested themselves to that metal, they would in theory be able to control that body.
And that's the simplest option?
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what? I'm sorry. You're saying... I might need you to repeat that.
Okay. Remember the giant body we saw leaning against one of the mountains in the star mounts?
Yeah.
If you were to take this mercurial metal that flows and put it into the body of that giant so that it went through all the veins, and she pulls out her sword, you invested yourself to it, you could make it take new forms, and the sword begins turning into different weapons, just one after the other, and potentially use that to animate and control the limbs of the body.
Are you sure about that? Because your sword turns into static items. A living thing
not
moving
living
about is a
items.
completely different thing.
But I guess if it's dead,
But
is it
this-
considered not living?
But it would
This
still
is
have to be
infused.
flowing at all times.
This is
Technically-
infused with metal as well. It's not the pure mercurial formula that comes out of the mountain, and that's what they used.
Maybe we should ask Finley about this because, like, I don't know a whole lot about
Yeah, I know.
necromancy, but that just sounds like
That feels like-
necromancy.
Well, we're just throwing out ideas at this
Yeah,
point.
this
We
is
don't know.
just ideas. That was one of them.
How do you? You said you would attune yourself to the body with the
With
mercury in it.
the mercurial formula, you would attune yourself to the mercurial liquid.
Is it cool if I just call it mercury?
Sure.
Cool. We're gonna do that.
Okay.
All right. Gothal and mercury. Okay.
So that's one option. Another option is that they're using it to make a gate, but it's supposed to be a living gate. And I was thinking about that, but it occurred to me that we've never actually
Continue. I'll let you continue, then I'll correct you.
we've never actually checked to see if this stuff is alive. We've only identified it.
Wait, but wasn't the living gate with the weird, monster, the vagina monster?
That was a living gate that was divinely destroyed, yes.
And you're saying that we didn't check to see if the gate was alive?
See Devin trying to correct something.
This is one of those. It's getting very muddy and convoluted.
Yes,
and
please help.
Without rolling a history roll, I will correct you, especially because you just deciphered all of those pages.
Yeah.
One, a living gate exists.
Yes.
It was created by the Abolithic sovereignty.
Right. But I
Within-
thought it was destroyed.
That was the original that the Abolithic
That's
did not.
where I'm getting confused. Okay.
So in the Feydark, somewhere
Yes.
in the Feydark, during the Spell Plague, when
Right.
the Abolithic sovereignty, the city of Xifu, raised up out of the star,
Right.
sea of fallen stars,
Right.
disappeared. They created a new gate.
Okay.
So
That's
you-
where I was getting confused.
Yeah,
Okay, got
you
it.
deciphered that. The holy divine gate was not a living gate. It was
Okay.
a holy divine gate to, I forget the goddess, but it was the one that the Goliaths.
Shialia.
No, Shialia is Shafir god.
Oh, yeah.
Vanua.
Yeah.
Vanua. And that was supposed to purify the aberrant, life-giving
Okay.
presence that Shafir planted into the world.
Got it.
I think it looked like that on purpose. I'm not gonna lie.
So that likelihood
Y'all know what I'm
is
talking about.
Yep.
yeah. That the gate is minimal because it's not Now that I'm thinking about it, it's not going to be the living gate. Because the living gate already exists. So that's...
Can you create them, or are they just like designated solid, like this is a living gate and this is where it lives, and you can either open it or keep it closed?
They are created?
As far as you know, one was created. The original one just existed.
Was, yeah.
Yes, was.
They can be created.
Okay.
Another idea is that they're building something so that the Elder Eye can manifest, either allowing him a form that he can inhibit or somehow setting something up that he can just manifest on a throne or something of that nature.
Yeah.
That would allow him to manifest here without destroying everything. The other thing I thought of, and it's actually because of Nim and Twiggy that I thought of this. What if they're building some kind of giant mechanical beast? Like the dragon that was built, but they're doing it with this liquid metal instead, the mercurial
I mean,
stuff.
would they not see how dangerous that is? Or
That's the intention.
they want a crazy weapon robot monster?
That, I think, would be their intention. What I'm not getting, I know it's not as complicated to figure out what your father's after.
Yeah.
Power.
Yeah.
Manshoon, though. What is Manshoon getting out of all this? Why is he willing to work with forces that could destroy everything?
Maybe he's got some sort of deal to become a god. The only thing I can think of is just more power.
And that was something I considered, that perhaps they're building something to siphon off power. Because right now...
Maybe he's got a backup world somewhere to go to.
Demiplane.
I know that, the Veterox travel between planes. Maybe Manshoon can too. And he's got, like, some other plane of existence that he likes more.
But he has so much power here. Why would he give that up? Why would he support something that wants to destroy the world?
I
Because he
am
has more power somewhere else.
Okay, this is a crazy theory that
Go
I am
for it. We've
actively
got-
pulling out of my ass.
We've got
Okay.
mercury-filled
But what if
zombies. Go
yeah.
for it.
Maybe I don't know how magic works.
Okay.
I need y'all to know this. Theoretically, do you think Manshoon is from somewhere else, like how Karina is, and maybe he thinks he can destroy one world to recreate and bring back another?
My understanding, and I don't know if I'm right or not, was that Manshoon was ditching your father, and so he doesn't really have a tie directly to any of this. But
As
who
far
knows?
as you
No,
know.
he does. He does have a tie to it. He recruited the Cult of the Dead 3 to retrieve his hand from the dealers.
It doesn't
He
necessarily
trusts
mean
the
he has
Cult
a
of
tie
the
to
Dead
them.
3. He trusts the Cult of the Dead 3 if he was sending them to go get his hand. That is the most powerful item he could be after.
That's fair. I will let you roll a history at disadvantage. And anybody, like if V or Seisha or Harold wants to roll this, they can. There's something about this conversation that you are forgetting.
Nope, not me.
No.
No. Actually, what is the...
Roll a
it's-
4 and a 3.
It is the
I'll do
roll
it.
plus your intelligence
empty.
modifier.
Oh, yeah, no, that's a 7.
What's happening?
And then Harold.
Nope. No.
Okay. There you.
If only I had keen mind!
Yeah, only if you know. Actually, this is
Wow,
further
the whole
back than
episode's
that.
just us sitting here being like, wonder what it is.
Speculate all you want.
Yeah, I'll let you know because I put this in play. There does seem to be something, there's a piece that you're missing or forgetting or something that is clarification on your theories, but I can't tell you what that clarification is.
Wait. Okay. So,
It's 3 and a 4.
well, if you had my history bonus, it's a 6 and a 7, but whatever.
If I may put
You need
forth
to
a
follow
bold
the eight.
idea.
Oh, wait. No, that's
What if-
13?
A 13, okay.
I forgot to add history. I added
It's
I
not
intelligence.
history, it's intelligence.
Oh, then never mind.
It's not history.
Yeah.
What
Oh.
if
Because you're remembering something.
Oh,
then
it's
Manshoon-
not a 6 and a 7.
what if Manshoon's just a distraction?
It's just a 3 and a 4.
And we're completely focusing on the wrong thing.
It's not that Manchun's a distraction. It's whatever Project Giant Star is working on a deadline, and it's a safe assumption that that deadline is the God's Day.
Yes, what I'm saying is, what if we're focusing on completely the wrong part?
Oh no, I've only started on that part. There's a bunch of other parts we've got to go over too.
There's too many parts. I've been letting Seisha organize all this in her head, and I just follow it.
But even if any of these are correct, there's nothing we can do to prepare for it.
Exactly. There's
So-
too many moving pieces for us to be able to stop.
So
the
why don't we
machine.
focus on what we can do?
I don't know what we can do.
Well-
I guess show up to Project Giant Star and be like, hey, this is suspicious.
We just have to talk to
Let's
little
look at
Silverhand.
it.
That's part of what I'm getting at.
The name is suspicious. Giant Star? What are they doing with the Giant Star? What do they want with that? Is it the sun? Sun Star?
That's
gonna-
very true.
They're gonna blow it up. They're gonna look at it. You can't look at it. You can't even look at it directly. It'll hurt you.
We have to
that's
talk to
very
Laurel
true.
Silverhand. That's really the only option we have.
I
this-
have a potentially completely unrelated question. Who is Calimbor?
He was Caliban?
Calimbor.
Calimbor? Oh, he's the god of death.
Ah,
I think. I think.
Why
Finley
Why do
read
you
it
ask
once.
that?
I keep hearing so many names coming in and out of nowhere that
Oh.
I'm trying to keep track of it all.
If I'm ever just throwing names out and you don't know who they are, please feel free to ask. I'm sorry.
I'll make sure.
I forget sometimes that you haven't been here for all of this.
Sorry, just to clarify, Calimbor was the death god that Finley saw when she died, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he's this giant skeletal scary guy that Finley saw that time she died. The second time
So-
she died? How many times she died?
Yes, it was this. No, it was the first time she died. The second time we got her revivified before she saw Calimbor.
So you would have to die to see him.
Yes,
Die,
he
yes.
is a death god.
Okay.
But this raises another interesting angle.
By the way, this whole time Karina's just like carving a little piece of marble in her hand.
DeGault gathering that gold.
He is drinking the drink Seisha provided this whole time.
DeGault gathering that gold. He was using it for something. What if he found out about Giant Star and that gold metal is a counter to the Gathalan metal?
What? You think there's a counter? What?
Even if it was, it's too late.
What do you mean? Like, what is a counter metal to Gathalan steel? Like, just a stronger gold that morphs into different weapons? Or, like, you put it near it and it just sort of acts like it doesn't work anymore?
I don't know. I was just trying to figure out why someone would need that much gold, and the only thing I could think of was
You
to
buy a
counter
house.
that. Well, no, this would be a lot of houses,
You buy a town.
pretty much.
Some people do that.
But gathering in that quantity, and given what he knew, and that he was tied to the stone, and that he said this had something to do with stopping what was happening.
What if it was a bribe? Politicians bribe each other all the time.
It's bigger
My
than
dad
a bribe.
bribed so many people.
That's bigger than a bribe. I mean, this is enough to rebuild an entire ward. The amount of gold we found in that was huge. It had to have been for something huge, and I can't help but think he was going to melt it down and make something out of it.
Why would you melt down money?
So what I'm thinking is, if it matters in 2 days, we take a trip to go see DeGault Neverember and cast Remove Curse on him until he remembers everything.
I understand that I grew up grotesquely wealthy. I get it.
So
but
did I.
no
You're
one
fine.
should be so wealthy you melt down money.
We can literally just test that right now with your sword, but I just don't think that's what it is.
I will put a gold piece near your
But it
sword.
doesn't, it's not, this sword is not what we're up against, because this has been infused with other metal. The mercurial Gathalan substance, in its pure form, is something different. This is an alloy.
I think it would be strange.
I am so regretting never paying attention in school.
Oh, okay, we can try. And she pulls the sword out, turns it into a dagger, and chops at the gold with it.
Tink.
Gold kind of flips a little bit.
Tink, tink.
I take the
It's
gold
not doing
back and I put it in the pocket.
Sorry. And I put the
Can't
back
let
back.
money get abused.
I don't want it to actually get damaged. Well, depending on where you go, they'll still accept it, but...
Not any high-end
As
places.
I'm putting it away, just because I've reached that level of paranoia, can I do a medicine check on my sword to see
Sure.
if it has life?
Sure. Take a medicine check.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Roll medicine.
Can you explain to me?
Yeah,
how
I want to know exactly what you were doing.
You getting out a stethoscope?
Yeah,
Like, what is
what are you
happening?
doing?
I love it. Let's go.
I
Feeling for a pulse.
Okay.
Of your sword?
Given the changes that have
checking
taken
for
place
life.
with Seisha and this weapon,
Can you just sense it? Isn't there a spell
I
for that?
want to attempt to see if there is.
During this time, I'm not going to say anything other than remember what happened last week.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. That's what I'm saying because of that change.
Cool.
That's part of it. I am going to.
Okay, I have a question. If you want to detect life, could you use Divine Sense and see
That
if,
would only tell me if it's a celestial or a
if it's
fae
good or evil?
That won't tell good or evil. That will
I thought
tell
it does.
consecrated or.
Oh, well, mine says good. and
It's
evil.
it tells you consecrated or unhallowed or unhallowed. Am I right on that? Hallowed or unhallowed
There you go.
ground,
Okay.
but it won't tell you if an item is.
I thought I could detect. Well, like I thought I could detect if like a being is good or evil,
Not exactly.
because it says
Not exactly.
detect good and evil. So
It's never worked for me that way.
very vague
Yeah.
description.
It basically, you get a feeling if an area is corrupted, or if it is, if there's the presence
it's been
of
blessed.
undead
I see.
or
Okay.
celestials or fiends.
Well
or,
then, never mind. That was all I had to offer.
checking my dagger for a pulse.
Okay, roll medicine.
I love it.
Wait, I pulled out the first aid kit.
I
there's a
love D&D.
stethoscope.
Yeah.
Love D&D so much.
Yeah,
medicine. That's gonna be a dirty 20.
Sure. If you wanna try and aid and help her do this,
Yep.
go ahead and you can roll with advantage,
Yeah,
or
roll
if you can
advantage.
roll one if you okay.
Yeah.
She got it.
Nope. It was a dirty 20. Is gonna be the
20?
roll.
Okay. So yeah, so you
She's kind of. I'm trying to not be obvious about what I'm doing. Like, I didn't actually say out loud I'm checking for signs of
Oh, I
life.
handed you like a kit, like a little toolbox that's like a first aid kit, and there happens to be a stethoscope in it. I didn't like specifically be like, "Here's your stethoscope for the pulse." I mean, I might have. Actually,
So
I might
I'm
have.
gonna like twirl it on my finger and like slip my thumb, or not my thumb because you can't tell a pulse with a thumb because you have a pulse in your thumb.
Damn.
Slip my index finger onto it and kind of feel around for. I know it doesn't have a pulse, but how else would you detect life in it?
Not everything has a heart.
Because it doesn't have to breathe.
This is more just for our entertainment in the
Yeah, I
sense of like
know.
how you're describing how you want to do this.
I
check.
really
Just
like
do-
watching her flounder
Okay.
through this.
Uh-huh.
Like, let's do this all night.
Seisha, I do feel compelled to point out: did the Stone of Golor have a pulse?
I never checked.
Okay, it was a rock. It was a talking rock.
Yeah.
I don't think Athalan Steel has a pulse.
I mean,
I'm not an expert in
look,
this.
at this point, I don't even know what up is. There is so much in my head at this point.
Sorry, I keep flicking my lips as an accident. Well, what if we just go to bed and we think about this and we come back tomorrow? Because I feel like we are getting
Out of
loopy and it's getting. I don't like feeling like the voice of reason. I should never be in that position. So it feels wrong.
I guess going to bed is probably the right thing to do. I'm scared. I am.
Did you try talking in the middle? That's the best I got, because the rock could talk.
Funny story. It talks back.
The sword talks? Is that not enough to know it's alive?
The sword talks.
Okay, I think that should be enough to know it might be alive.
Yeah. That's...
Maybe we should have led with that.
My sword is talking to me. It is not... After the...
Your rock talks to you.
I know when you made me get rid of the rock.
Okay, so you're worried that if we know your weapon is sentient, we'll take it away from you?
Yes.
Is your sword evil?
I don't think so. It just yells
Well,
when
then
I don't hit.
this is a different
And
situation.
it tells me I should fight things.
I've had talking weapons.
Is that why
I
you
grew
shouted,
up
"Bring it
really
back"?
attached to that guy, and I'm sad he was taken back. But I understand attachment to talking weapons.
I
And
wanted it brought back because I swore to fight the far realms without cessation.
You swore-
And I wanted that thing dead.
You swore an oath to the
Yeah,
sword.
I know.
No.
Oh, okay. I misheard.
The oath that you witnessed.
Right. Sorry, I thought maybe you were referring to like another oath to the sword that y'all made a
No,
pact.
no, I'm not making any deals with the sword. No.
Let us know if it proposes a deal, though. We will keep an eye on it.
All right.
But
I just... The Cult of the Dead 3 is being used as a puppet. They are, right now, the biggest threat that I feel we have understanding of. Gariel is doing some reconnaissance. That's why I was asking if she's come up, because she's been in Skullport looking into this, trying to find out what's going on with the cult, and I'm just nervous about her not getting up here before everything blows. Previously, the Cult of the Dead 3 cast a ritual where they used the names of all the assassins on Faerun and killed them, and they used the magic of that spell. They basically used all the souls that were freed from the mortal coil to power another ritual.
there's so many steps.
Big magic.
And I'm worried that something similar is going to happen again.
Well, if it is, there's not much we can do. All this speculation is nice, but all it does is just give us more things to be scared of rather than just accept that something terrible is going to happen and we're just going to have to play ball once it happens. I'm frustrated.
I feel like I failed you guys, and I'm sorry.
What? No.
How'd you fail us?
You didn't fail us.
I should be able to put this stuff together.
What?
No.
I would much prefer you to stop throwing tables, punching guards, and screaming, "Bring it back so I can kill it," than I would give a fuck about you putting this stuff together. We have an image to uphold. We're helping town.
You need to stop thinking your only value is in what you can do for other people. That's just my thought, though.
If I had a choice between like people that could put stuff together, and people that can hold themselves together, I would always choose the second. I know you can, but that last fight was intense. We're gonna have to explain to Laurel Silverhand why you nearly punched out a guard. We have to explain to Durnan why you threw a table. It cost us money and cost us trust. And then, you know, if people in town hear you screaming, "Bring it back so I can kill it," that's the sort of thing that I worry about. Whatever's going to happen, we're probably all severely off, and no matter what happens, we're just going to have to say, well, I guess this is what we're dealing with now. It's not that we're too late, it's that there's 5 of us, 6 of us, if we have friends. There's nothing we can do. We just have to be agile. That's what we do best by being a small group. We're agile and we move around, and we can sting a giant in many different places before it can react. So don't think about it like you're failing us. Think more about like what you're doing for yourself and how much more beneficial it will be if you are in control when this goes down, no matter what it is. Because I can't have you, if it is some terrible eldritch thing that we can't fight, I can't have you go sacrifice yourself because you have to kill it. Because there is just 5 of us.
If there's one thing I've learned, it's that you just can't save the whole world. You can't save everybody all of the time. If you could, then I think the world would already be a better place, because there's been so many people before us who did the same thing and wanted to help and save people. And the most we can do is just try to make where we are in our immediate environment a little happier and better and safer. And I understand that we've got like enormous, ridiculous threats ahead of us, but we can't bear all that responsibility on just like one person's shoulders or just our shoulders as a group. Like, sometimes things are just bigger than we are, and all we can do is react. We're not gods. Also, it doesn't even look like the gods are doing a whole lot about this anyways, so.
Let's not blame the gods.
Right, sorry. So, I just mean like, I'm sorry, I just don't fully understand gods and their wills, I guess.
Let's put it this way. Not a lot of people other than us are doing anything about this, because not a lot of people other than us know what's happening. So the best thing we can do is just spread knowledge and hope.
Yeah. Quickly learning knowledge isn't a burden. But I do think it's time to go to bed and just try to, move on tomorrow and come up with a plan of some sort.
Yeah. I agree.
Alright.
I don't like that Liam guy.
You
Just throwing
don't
that
like
out there.
him?
No, I don't like him.
I don't trust him.
It's not that I don't trust him. Guy's a rude jerk.
Yeah, it's kind of racist.
He's very racist. Very racist.
I
He's
understand
useful,
him in
and I'm glad he's on our side, but he's a rude jerk.
Yeah,
I mean, given what we just witnessed, I think we can give him a little grace.
The problem is he doesn't only hold it against the doppelgangers that are evil, he holds it against the good ones too. And he blames them solely because of what they are.
And he thinks we're a bunch of idiots.
Yeah, well, I spent 183 years thinking that about people like you. And you. And you.
Cool.
So-
Everybody thinks I'm an idiot. And I'm fine with that. That's my job, honestly. But as far as I'm concerned,
What I mean is that sometimes it takes something catastrophic to change your mind when a certain group of people have harmed you.
that's fine.
And I
I'm
think
not
given
judging-
what we just found out in that fight, he deserves a slight bit of grace at the moment for being a bit of a dick.
That's your opinion, and I respect that. Him hating doppelgangers is not at all what I'm talking about.
I'm just talking about him being a dick in general. He was a dick to me too.
Here you go. I don't like when people are dicks to my friends.
I'm tired, and V goes
Sleep
to
is good.
bed.
I'm going to go to bed very tightly in my hand, holding the small raven marble figurine I carved during this conversation.
Okay, that's fine. Are you looking for a certain thing upon your body that you looked for before?
Yes.
Now that you have seen a constellation that might mark what it is. Go ahead and make another investigation check at advantage this time.
Okay. I was about to say, it's my body. Oh, thank God. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Looking over the front of your body and your arms, you do not, but you are able to eventually get a double mirror, and on your shoulder blade, you see the 3 dots, and it leads to a square of what you saw within the stars of the 3 ravens. but it's not a tattoo. It's freckles. It was one of the reasons why you did not notice it before, is you did not know what constellation you were looking for, and you were looking for a tattoo.
All right.
Let's say she's gonna go to Karina's door.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, you naked! You come in, she's like, got the shirt on, like, what the fuck's your problem?
Oh my gosh! I mean, hey, no. So she's gonna go to Karina's door and knock on it. Karina,
Yes,
can I talk to you for a minute?
I guess. Come on in. Okay. Right my clothes, and I'm gonna shove my figurine into my pillow.
Okay.
What?
I have a favor to ask of you, and it's kind of a secret.
Okay.
My mother had a journal, and I have taken it and soaked the pages, and I was wondering if you would give me a tattoo with the liquid from it.
Oh, I would love to.
It was, the book could only be read in mists. She was the Lady of Mists. And I want to carry her symbol on me, but it can't be something that could be found. So I was thinking if you used the water that the book was soaked in, it would have lifted the ink. And the ink could be used in the tattoo, and that way it wouldn't always be visible, only when I'm in mist.
Could definitely try. I'll have to filter it to make something thick enough to stay under your skin, but I could give it a shot.
Okay, well, she pulls out a dish where the book had been soaking, because I believe I said a couple episodes
Even if
ago
you
that
didn't,
I did. Okay.
I love it. It's great.
Okay.
Right.
That's the dish.
I'm gonna take some cheesecloth and just start filtering it through to
And I will
pull out
say,
loose material.
yep, this can be something that can be done
Yeah.
tomorrow. By tomorrow.
Yeah.
But rushing and making sure the ink is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
She'll set up the ink over the evening to essentially drain the free water through it to be left with something actually more tangible and thick.
Okay.
Yeah, and at some point, the two of you disappear for a couple hours, and you absolutely tattoo.
And she gets it over her heart.
Okay.
Neat.
Yeah. Dope. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
She just puts like a little canvas piece over it. She's like, leave that for about an hour, and then you're gonna want to wash it and apply some light unscented soap.
Should someone punch it? I hear someone should punch it.
No,
Okay.
never.
Okay.
Absolutely never.
Just a little tidbit. Harold stays downstairs for about 15 minutes staring at his empty glass and the wine bottle, and eventually goes upstairs.
Okay, I was about to ask if there's anything Harold does.
He just looks real pissed.
yeah.
Yep.
A lot of things left unsaid.
Yep.
I'll go to bed.
Yeah, I have something for the morning, but that's one.
Yeah. Unless there's anything that happens at night.
Yep. Nobody wants to do anything at night. Everybody long rests.
Right.
Yep.
And it is-
Also, just to be clear, even though Harold says that Liam's a jerk, I love you, Jeff.
Oh, Jeff is fine.
Yeah, Jeff is great.
Jeff's
We
the
love
greatest,
Jeff.
and Liam's awesome. Ethan loves
He's a great
Liam.
character, but I don't trust him.
Yeah, Voss was a great character. But
Voss
you
is a
trust him.
dick.
He's a dick.
Yeah.
But you are all awoken eventually by the morning light cascading through your windows, or some otter saying, "You ought to get up,"
Yep.
and accompanied by for those that live in the attic with a bunch of birds.
Yeah, right.
I want to immediately go to my balcony
Okay.
and just take out just some little pieces of food, and I'm going to try and attract 2 ravens to me.
Okay. No problem. I believe you had you had the conversation with Harold, and you know that peanuts are good.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm going to be casting Animal Messenger, so I'm just using the food to lure them in.
You easily summon them.
Yeah.
As if they are drawn magically to you.
Weird. Funny that.
So, to the first raven, because let me just go ahead and mark that off twice. That long rest. To the first one, I'm going to give it a little piece of morsel, and I'm going to say, I need you to deliver a message to Mama Uwe, and I'm going to describe Mama Uwe because I have to go off a description, and where she is, everything I'm going to say, because it also mimics my voice. So, this is Karina with the BFGs. Would you be willing to look into my mind to help me answer a seriously painful question that I have? And send that one off. And wait about 2 minutes, and then to the second raven. If you are willing, and describing Mama Uwe again, if you are willing, please let me know when I stop by next by mentioning a butterfly. Please don't tell anyone about this, including BFGs.
And they flutter off and head south.
And then I'll go downstairs and get my coffee.
I am making breakfast for everybody.
Oh, no.
okay.
Let's see.
Goodness.
No one is eating that breakfast.
That's bad.
It's a 5.
That's a bad breakfast.
I eat some bread, that's fine. And I put butter on it, and I'm good.
That's IHOP cheesy eggs.
It is, yeah.
With the
Exactly what
shredded
it
cheddar
is.
that doesn't melt.
And like the sausage links, but they're like greasy
And
and,
they're-
kind of old looking. They're a little gray.
And
I have
overcooked
cheesy
eggs.
You
They're
don't
not
want
good.
them.
They're
I-
bad.
Yeah, oh my
Not
God.
sponsored.
Not sponsored.
And never will be.
Never will we be.
I will say this.
Hashtag Waffle House.
As you all are typically aware, there is one amongst you that wakes up earlier than all of you. She may be doing her morning rituals or not, but Finley is not amongst you.
I'm assuming she went to the Blackstaff Tower.
Are we concerned about this?
She's
If
probably gone to
you
the
want to, you can
Blackstaff
go check
Tower.
on her.
Conveniently, we're not concerned.
I'm
said-
saying you can go check on her room if you so wish.
She said she was going to go to the Blackstaff Tower.
I'm just
sure
gonna go
she's
check her
fine.
room because I
Okay.
so wish, and I go up and I knock on her door.
You do not get an answer.
Open the door.
Okay. In the door, you do not see her. You do not even see that her bed is slept in. What you do see on her bedside table is an opened letter and some flowers. And you see this letter. And if you want to read it out loud
What
for
you
the
got, me?
audience,
Well, I'm in the room by myself,
Oh, sorry. I thought you came out with it.
and I read it out loud to myself.
okay.
Dear Vinley, I spoke with Seisha. If she hasn't told you, she is a hunter in my order now. What? I still remember the warnings you gave me about Voss, and now I have an extra set of eyes to watch my back. What? She also reminded me of something. I gave you my soul. What? I ordered it in Daggerford, and although you refused it, I still gave it to you barter with. What? I don't know why you refused it then. You said it when you left my illusory mansion. What? You love me. To what capacity I am unsure, but I would like to explore those possibilities. I also know why you panicked in the heat of the moment of battle. You love your family more. For that I commend you, and you know I would have done the same. In a way, I already have. But what is a life sacrificed if you don't get to live in the time you have left? What is life if you don't do what brings you joy? So I guess what I'm saying is, please look up from the page. I look up. I'm like, oh yeah, it's not for me.
Oh my god. Fucking beautiful.
I love you with all my
Oh.
I know.
Chef
She is
kiss.
the best of us.
She is the best of us.
This looks personal.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh god, I love you.
Oh wow. Oh, it's so good. And you see that the flowers are daffodils.
And with your time it follows, you can make a nature check.
Yeah,
And
I'll
a
make
history check, actually.
a history check.
Both nature and history.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you have
Just
spent
one at
time
a
to
time.
follow.
Just roll nature first.
Oh, that was everything.
It's not hard.
That's a 4.
A total of 4.
Total 4.
Cool, it's a daffodil.
Yep.
It's a daffodil. Because my nature is +0.
Okay.
And then history.
Yep.
Oh no, we were doing that. Oh, hey, that's a 23.
Okay, yeah, this seems like something that V would know. Daffodils are originally a flower of the Feywilds. A water nymph, or a naiad, fell in love with a mortal, but he only loved the reflection of himself in the pools of her waters. Some say she drowned him, and others say his narcissism is what held him in that spot until he wasted away, and from that soil birthed daffodils.
So it's the narcissistic flower.
However, because they are the first to bloom in the spring season and often grow like weeds, they are attributed to the beliefs of new beginnings and unfaltering trust.
Couldn't be us.
Huh. So, what is a hunter now? She's like still looking at this, being like, I don't even understand most of this. All right, so V just sort of. Should I leave it there? Should I take it? She'll know it's gone if I take it. But she also know that I totally like. I don't know if I can refold this right. And she puts it back. She puts it back. And she walks back out. She goes, Finley's not here. But I think someone's in love with her.
What made you say that?
That's fair.
Oh,
Finley's-
right. Sorry, I should have led
Finley's
with I found a
wonderful-
note.
Oh.
I should not have read it, but in my defense, I think y'all would have too.
That's
That's fair.
that's very
And-
fair. I would have done the same.
What did it say?
I'm just gonna. Hopefully, I'll go what I remember. I'll read parts of it like I remembered it. It said something about how the person who wrote it, because it didn't say who it was from, said that they spoke to you, and that you're a hunter now, and that you warned them about Voss.
Wait. Maybe we shouldn't know if it's a personal letter what the contents of the letter says.
Well, I'm just going off of.
I think I know what this is about.
I'm not against the emotional part.
It doesn't matter. It's none of my business. I'm gonna go get breakfast because whatever that is, the station maid smells awful.
Ouch!
I'm sorry. That's all I can think about. It's like so greasy and old.
We've never done that.
It's not a reflection on you.
Yes, you have.
When did I do that?
Well, you
Are
haven't.
telling
But
me
the rest of you have.
Are you saying
I
that
don't know
smells
why
delicious?
I'm the most shocked that Harold is like the moral one about this.
I don't go rooting through people's
Look,
stuff.
I can't keep secrets.
not
I
that
have to
nosy.
tell you
You're not
that
just
I
a
know.
little bit nosy.
Otherwise, I'll be
Not
really,
really,
weird about
no.
it.
That's fair.
That's wild. I don't know why.
The most unnosy Harper.
I don't know why I'm very I'm very
So-
surprised.
Did the note say where she was?
Well, I was trying to make sure it wasn't like an evil ransom note, like someone kidnapped Finley.
No, I'm not saying you
No,
did anything
who-
wrong. I'm just saying you don't have to tell us.
the person who wrote that note is okay, good, and trustworthy.
Okay,
You
They
can
left-
tell them.
they're-
I'm gonna go get a drink.
never mind.
After
Get it,
Harold
I'm not,
leaves,
It's
no, wait a
9
minute.
a.m.
judging
There
you.
was daffodils.
I just don't.
There were
need to
daffodils?
know.
Who is this from? Who is this from? Devil.
Oh, I should have known that. And all of a sudden, he's like less interested for some reason.
This is the second time you've gotten Devin when he takes a drink.
I was just like, oh.
He's gonna spit take by
Oh,
the end of this
man.
episode.
Her daffodils.
Yeah,
Is that like important?
It's the
Yes.
narcissistic flower.
No, it's
Oh,
not the
that doesn't sound
narcissist.
good.
It means trust.
It also means sometimes you fall in love and you drown in a river.
Are you talking about Narcissus?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's where the daffodil originated from.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
I used to read a lot of those stories.
I do too.
Anyways, yeah, so
So good for Finley?
Good for Finley. Very good.
that
for
might be
Finley.
where she is.
Wasn't he like mad at her or something?
Yes.
Well, he isn't mad anymore. I can tell you that.
Okay, good.
He doesn't seem mad anymore.
It's not
And I don't know
pornographic, is
why
it?
he was mad at her. It didn't say in the letter what
She told us
she did.
why.
Oh yeah, she did tell us. I thought she only
Yeah.
told you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, she
this
told
is,
all
this
of
is
us.
Katie like not remembering.
Wait, did she tell all of us, or no? It was just me out in front of.
Yeah,
the
I thought she
building.
just
Yeah,
told
okay,
you,
you're
so
right.
I wouldn't
I'm
know
wrong.
this. Yeah, so they seem very close.
That's good. That's good. She'll like that. That'll make her happy.
I'm glad.
Okay, good.
Glad it's not a ransom note.
All right, let's
That's
go
not a
get some
threat.
real food instead of the crap I made.
So Harold, you head out.
Was that wood
Yeah.
shavings in it on the top?
Yes. It's cinnamon.
Do you just head down into the bar, or are you heading anywhere in particular?
I'll drop by Mr. Trench's place while they're occupied.
Okay.
Occupied.
Um,
Gossip.
As you head over there, you can. There is no one at the door as you knock, and then as you wait a couple minutes, the door doesn't magically open like it always does. And as you go to turn, something catches out of the corner of your eye. You see something purple, kind of off in like one of the planters next to the front door.
All right, I will go take a look nervously.
Yep. And as you do, there is a purple envelope with your name written on it.
Son of a bitch.
Ruh-roh.
I will open it up.
Okay, I'm sending it to you on Facebook.
Oh, look at you. So kind of you. I'll read it out loud,
Yep.
although Harold clearly does not.
I know. Thank you very much.
Harold, thanks for giving me the biggest lead to my prey. I'm only sending this to let you know I am still on the hunt. As they say, it is better to be at the right hand of a devil than in its path. I know he probably wouldn't speak like this. He'd speak like a Rakshasa, but I can't resist.
No, it's
Okay,
good.
change-
No, do it.
Your changeling friend seems just as adamant about hunting down what seems to be his father. I will most likely aid him in our joint endeavor. I trust you to keep my secret safe. As I said before, I wish no ill will upon the city I have come to love. Tell the group I got hired on a big case that has taken me out of town. See you soon. Oh, he put his real name here.
Oh.
I don't want to say it out loud because I think it'll be interesting.
Okay.
But,
Oh.
but
It's
I
Bobby
do know
McGee.
his real name now.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Bobby McGee. I know it.
Harold will fold up the note, put it in his pocket, and then I will take the envelope and...
As you go to put it up, it burns away.
Oh, fuck yeah, this guy's so awesome.
Karina's also very confused why everyone's worried about a Rakshasa. She's like, big kitty.
Kitty. Yep.
It's just like, he's just
spoilers.
like a really cool tabaxi.
His
Like,
real
why is
name is-
everyone's
Just
freaking
imagine
out?
walking
Davil
up to
Anderson.
another
Davil Anderson. Yeah, and then
You're
I will
talking
head
to
back
another
into
person, you're like,
the
"My
bar
kiss."
and
Okay.
get
Hold
Hold on,
breakfast.
guys. Hold on. There's a lot of crosstalk going on right now. What was that, Ethan?
I'll just head back to the bar and get breakfast as well.
Okay,
Same.
cool,
I
cool.
just want you guys to know that I'm not going to be able to ever see Victor Trench again without looking at him going, "What's up, big kitty?"
Kitty. What's up, cool cat?
I can no longer look at a tabaxi without thinking about how, if this was real life, I would straight up be like allergic to this whole race of people. That would be really fucked up to be like, you're a cat, I have to take medicine.
But yes, you're easily able to get a wonderful breakfast in your bar as...
Oh, we need to talk to Kara.
About what?
God's Day. Are we going to be open?
I don't think we should be closed.
Yeah, that feels like a missed business opportunity.
God's Day is when the planetary convergence takes place.
Well, yeah, but everyone doesn't know that we're scared of it, so...
I'm just letting you know, do we want to have a crowd here that we're going to be responsible for taking care of? Because I know us, and we're going to feel responsible for them.
We're responsible for the whole city.
I'm
Will
not going to.
they could go home.
Okay, well, Harold and I will feel responsible for them.
That sounds like a problem for the two of you.
They don't have to go home, but I don't think they should stay here.
If we close the business,
If we close the
Then-
business, it looks weird.
yeah, it looks weird. It'll scare our employees.
Not
People
really.
might start looking
we
for
could
us
just
if they're
say
like,
we're out
it's
celebrating.
We could also say it's a holiday.
but we're the kind of place people go to for a holiday.
Okay, so we're staying open.
All right, and we won't be responsible for the people there if anything happens.
You're absolutely
Adds
responsible
too
for the
much to
people
our
there.
plate, unless we just happen to have free time for some reason that day. Then sure.
I think it's our place of business.
Also, wouldn't it be...
Well, if I went out to a bar and then like something struck the city, like I wouldn't expect the bar to take care of
You
me.
also have actual bodyguards here now.
Yeah.
Like it's not
That's
like
true.
they're not
Yeah.
the place is not unprotected.
They're
But
not...
also-
Have
Right.
invested into its
Yeah.
defenses.
Yeah.
But also, if something's going to happen, it's unlikely going to happen in our
That's-
bar.
that's my
so if
feeling
we
as
have
well.
general people in a safe place where we're all fighting somewhere else.
I agree. That's my thought process was, if it happens, it's probably not going to happen here. I don't imagine Project Giant Star is blow up our tavern.
All right.
Be
Might as
real
well.
petty and kind of hilarious, honestly.
Might as well make some gold while we're at it.
Okay.
So it's settled.
Then
So now we
we'll
gotta-
let Kara know that we want to be open. We'll see what she wanted to talk to us about.
Unless she's like, hey, I was looking to have that day off, in which case, like, okay, sure, no problem, we'll keep closed.
Yeah.
We'll come. We'll build that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah,
Cross.
Nailed it.
Oh, cross. Okay.
No, build's fine.
You burn bridges.
You
burn
burn bridges.
bridges.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
Get money.
burn bridges, get money
Absolutely.
from lawsuits.
All right, great. So, you guys want to talk to Kara?
Yes.
She's starting breakfast rush and kind of comes in.
Kara, can we grab you for a second?
Of course.
You hear in the background, oh, you build a bridge to get over it.
Yes.
We understood you wanted to talk about God's Day.
Yeah, I want to know what's the plan? What are we doing?
Business as usual.
Nothing.
Is that you don't have any plans or anything like that?
I mean, it's a celebration. I was talking to Javier. I figured we could do a themed something to go along with the various gods, things like that.
Sure,
You know,
sure.
I figured we could do Agma and the Phoenix. You know, something along
Yes.
those lines. And
Oh, could we do s'mores for the Phoenix?
sure.
Let's do s'mores
Don't
for the
see why
Phoenix.
not.
I think our Kira would like that.
Marshmallows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. You see her pull out a pad and starts.
And for Agma, a golden sponge cake.
Makes a note. And
Is this for
that.
all the gods?
The day is to celebrate all the gods. Yeah.
So a special menu then?
Yeah.
They all sound like desserts so far, though. Are we serving anything else?
Wait, whatever. I mean,
Well, oh gosh, V is now realizing the only gods she knows are the gods you guys talk about. So she's just like, a really spicy dish for death.
Death is a spicy meatball.
V then realizes she's very much not good at this and, and stops suggesting things.
she's like, we'll do something.
Workshop it.
We'll do something for Mistra. We'll do something
Yeah.
for Jergal. Any other that we want to kind of pay homage to here that we have?
Maybe like a Tamora dish that has like a hidden treat in one of them.
Ooh, I like that.
That's good.
And we'll do a prize, whoever the lucky winner is.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Is it only like the happy gods? I don't know all your gods,
No.
so I don't want to suggest
No,
one
any
that's
god.
maybe crossed over.
It's all the gods.
Do
In
you-
fact, if you have a god in particular,
Well, I remember that we used to have this holiday where I was from, where people would dress up, really fanciful, and it was for the Raven Queen. It was like a day of being scary.
oh, we've got something similar to that.
Could we do like
yeah,
a like a
Liar's Night.
Yeah.
We used to make a dish where we would like take you take the white mushrooms and you cut 2 little holes out of them and you put them in a stew and it looks like little skulls. And
Let's
Oh,
do
that's
that.
so cute. Let's do a mushroom soup.
But make them look like skulls.
yeah, you just
Okay.
take the mushroom, you leave the cap on the stem, and you just cut 2 little holes.
Maybe we should do something for Lara since her holiday's coming up.
Like cut up faces and turnips.
Oh, we'll have something for Liar's Night.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
Gotta
pumpkins.
have something for Liar's
Like
Night.
okay,
Costume
I
contest.
keep suggesting.
Oh, that
soup.
would be great.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
like a.
Like,
Okay.
or like a design your own mask
Am I?
event.
I can't remember. Are pumpkins significant
For Liar's Night.
Yeah. Okay.
They are.
Okay.
Also, real quick, because we were moving fast, because I want to roll an insight check on Seisha when I mentioned the Raven Queen.
Absolutely.
And I would like to roll to see if I know who the Raven Queen is.
Make a
You
religion check.
don't need to roll
Religion
anything on
check.
me. V's like Raven Queen. That sounds like a storybook.
So for me, that is going to be a 23.
Okay.
Natural 20. 22.
That's for religion. Cool. Now roll
Deception?
Well, you want
Or
to.
I'm not really.
So I guess it would be your passive deception.
Okay,
So whatever
so
your
that would
deception
be-
plus 10 is.
17.
17. You gotta.
23.
You can read her. What does she
Okay.
read? I guess after what I told
Yeah.
you. Cool. That sounds great. I got
What do you know?
Let's find out.
The Raven Queen was or is unsure because she is a mysterious entity from the Shadowfell who was revered as a deity by the Shadar Kai, or Shadow Fae, beings that dwell within the plane of shadow and dread. And the Shadowfell is the mirrored opposite of the Feywild. Many sages argue over her purpose, some believing she is aloof and irrational, while others believe she purifies souls by forcing mortals to deal with their fears and pain. She is known to be a deity that despises undead, specifically sentient and intelligent undead, they choose not to pass on.
She is said to dwell in a grand castle tower in the Shadowfell known as the Fortress of Memories. It was a place of overwhelming sorrow, overflowing with memories taken from mortals, fragments of dead deities, mementos collected by her Shadar Kai, and any other form associated with a strong emotional story. She is known as the Raven Queen from the avian beasts that surround her fortress that send and bring back cryptic messages to the far reaches of the multiverse, while also acting as her eyes and ears.
The Raven Queen does not possess or manifest a physical form, instead appearing as a miscellaneous vision of symbols or perceptions or images, like omens, to be interpreted by those that interact with her. No one knows how long she has been a deity or where she came from. Sages argue that she is a remnant of another world called Oerth, or a demi-power or exarch of Shar or Kelemvor. Some say she is the fallen and corrupted Gloaming Queen, or that she is a shadow given sentience and power through the memories of the dead.
You see Seisha's eyebrow arch slightly, and then her brow furrows. And she's just kind of staring straight ahead. But she turns and kind of glances at you, and you get a feeling of It's like she's seeing you for the first time. And recognizing how profound. It's almost like the mention of this goddess has clicked something in Seisha's head, and she's looking at you with almost a realization of seeing you for the first time and recognizing how deep your pain must be.
Harold will just straight up ask, how do you know who the Raven Queen is?
Back in my world, we would have parties for her where you would... It was kind of like... Okay, this is going to sound weird probably here, but you would...
Wear masks and costumes and...
Yeah, but it would be for, like, people that you, like, remember or historical figures. So it's like a party of memories of fallen people, usually of, like, soldiers or, like, kings.
That's not weird.
Kind of like a party wake instead of a sorrow wake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had one.
That's
of those.
cool.
Like
just-
like if Veterans Day became like a party in the
Yeah.
Veterans Day plus Halloween.
Huh.
That's really cool.
I think that's really cool. It's better than just being sad.
What was the name
Is
of the
it-
world that began with an O?
Oerth, Oerth. It is the Greyhawk campaign setting.
Yep.
I straight up did not realize that our
And I'm going
our
to
gods
send
stretched multiple
something
worlds.
DM.
Well, I guess if they're gods, that sounds like they could do that. Is that their thing that they're supposed to be? I don't know. I don't know enough about this to have opinions.
Where are you sending it over?
Sending it to Devin.
Okay.
I thought gods were in all worlds or something. I don't know.
If somebody wants to roll
They-
history on how gods work amongst the cosmos, you can. I will tell you it will not be an easy check, but it also will not be impossible.
I don't think Harold knows, so I'm not going to roll it.
It's fair.
How about another natural 20?
Okay. Especially talking with Orkira over
Yeah.
time, you know that some gods do stretch to other universes, other spheres, and some don't, because they don't have the power in order to manifest within those spheres, as there are different realms and how they work. However, there are also different interpretations of the same god. So one sphere could say Raven Queen, and one sphere could call her the goddess of memories, and have a different name for that.
Or the Mistress of Ravens.
Mistress of Ravens, yeah, sure.
All right then.
Matron of Ravens.
Yeah,
One
Matron
might
of Ravens.
say-
Yeah, the Raven Queen here, or the Matron of Ravens in
Alexandria.
Alexandria.
Or That's So Raven.
Oh.
I just had to give Devin some relief from spit takes to have a heavy
Man,
sigh.
yes, thank you, thank you.
You gotta make sure you breathe.
You
properly.
understand my humor. Things I don't like.
My humor is things I do not like. What a way to live.
Well, I think we got the restaurant portion of this all settled.
Yeah.
What's next on the docket?
Do we have plans today? Anything we need to address?
There's 2 nobles left on the list I have of possible unseen. Do we want to follow up on that?
Sure, why not?
Or should we follow up on whatever the festivities are for day after tomorrow?
No, today's tomorrow.
Yeah. Or should we check on what the festivities are going to be tomorrow? I don't want to spend all of our time talking here and fro.
Who all do we know and think is involved with what's happening tomorrow?
Potentially these 2 nobles. That's why I wanted to confront them.
We also need to talk to Laurel Silverhand, I'm pretty sure.
We do need to talk to Laurel. Finley's taking care, presumably after she's done what she's doing, with informing the Black Staff. But no, we should go see Laurel as soon as possible and let her know what's going on. And frankly, we can give her the 2 names, and she can follow up on them.
How do we want to confront these nobles?
Well, if we just give the names to Laurel, she could do it. Otherwise, one of them is the Belbrontes.
Really?
Yeah.
I know them. We've talked to them, right?
Yes, you have talked to them.
You actually went
Went to
on their house and rode griffins with Renair.
You've met them twice, actually.
Yeah.
And the first time was when you were all hunting down possible Nimblewrights.
Because they have a Nimblewright.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. All right. Are we trying to more so like investigate, or like abruptly walk up to them and be like,
We don't know if they are unseen or not.
How would we know?
If we can't see him.
How would they know? Okay, so we can see them.
That was a joke.
I know. But you said it's so sad. Okay. Well, is there like a symbol or like a how do we know?
She does moonbeam on them, and that's the only way to know for sure.
That's
I'm
fair.
Gonna have to make it look like a party trick.
Or Zone of Truth them.
I could Zone of Truth them.
Zone of Truth kind of doesn't put
The
a big
problem
shiny
is,
spotlight on
you
what we're
know
doing.
if you're under a Zone of Truth, so as soon as I cast on them, that's assault against a noble.
But a moonbeam wouldn't be an assault against
That is
noble?
assault against a noble.
That's a
So
worse
no
assault because
matter
that
what
hurts.
that
we
actually
do
hurts them.
Here, we're going to assault the Belvantes.
Unless maybe Laurel has an idea of something we could do.
It's about this time the door flies open.
Oh.
And silhouetted in this billowing long jacket, you see the outline of a fairly tall individual, little hunched over, with almost like a bald feature that forms down into a reptilian snout.
Hey, you guys! Salazar! How are you doing? How's my favorite adventure?
Salazar, it's so good to see you. Salazar, this is our friend Karina.
And that's where we're going to take a break.
Ah! But I want more Salazar in my life right now.
Okay,
He's a lizard
Yep.
in a lab coat.
Yeah, he's a lizard in a lab coat. It's the best way. He looks like a garden lizard, like the tan underbelly, vibrant green.
Salazar is the best thing that's
And-
ever happened in this game.
We'll be back in about 15 to 20 minutes. If you have not done so already, please enter hashtag Eldritch into the chat to enter to win a $50 Eldritch Foundry gift card. We'll see you soon.
Yeah,
I'm a romance me a lizard.
And we're back.
you probably caught that.
I don't think they did.
But
It would serve you right.
the BFGs had some talks with Durnan and Bonnie, and talking about their wins, their losses, and then also talked about conspiracy theories, a lot of them.
Oh, so many.
So many.
Some are true, some are not.
Which ones?
We can't tell you. But we now find ourselves in the 14th day as everybody gathers in Troll Skull Manor in the Spirits of Troll Skull after Harold has read a letter from a friend of his who just so happens to be a private detective and possibly a Rakshasa. As they are all discussing about what they should do today, possibly investigating some of the nobles that could be tied with the unseen, a familiar face walks through the door as he is Salazar. And everyone sees their lizard folk friend.
Salazar.
Salazar, you're back, bud.
Oh, you are a sight for sore eyes.
I've actually been in the city for a while.
What have you been doing here? Why did you come say hi?
Because we've been real busy with the Order of Gauntlet.
What's been going on?
kind of the same stuff that you guys have been doing, but we've kind of held back the cult. You guys were gone for a long time. I actually stopped by, and you were like on a mountain adventure, but we tried to keep the cult out of the field ward and make sure that while they were building up their watch constables, that Grek guy, he's intense.
He is intense, yes. He is.
Yeah. They got loud wands.
Yeah, they got a lot of those.
Loud wands?
The firearms.
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
Yeah. Oh, their arms aren't on fire. No, they actually hold a metal thing.
Yeah.
And they,
Yes! We call them firearms because it's like you can shoot fire out of your arm.
Oh, so it's like magic?
Sort of,
You
but
can't
like...
actually shoot magic fire out of your arm, right?
No, I'm an alchemist.
Well, not you,
Oh,
but
you're
like
an
the general
alchemist.
person.
Wonderful.
Yeah, you want to try something?
Sure.
He'll give you a potion. I don't know what it does.
Fantastic. Drink it.
We'll get to that in just a second. But yeah, there was a scary guy in a mask, and he could change stuff around us. And
Scary. What kind of mask?
it was kind of like made out of Hollywood.
Sorry. Fred literally registered the location.
Yeah,
Not-
yeah.
not
So did
wood
mine
of a
after I
holly
said it. I
tree.
was like, no, that's right.
Sorry.
Does this ring any bells?
Oh yeah.
Who has a mask made of holly?
Severin.
Severin. That's him. Siljarin. Yep.
Really? Do you know where he is?
No, he just kind of.
I feel like you should have to roll to hold that in.
He showed up one time, and it was the last time that they got a lot of people. But I was about halfway while you were gone. But they hate gods.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Very much.
I don't know why. I mean, I haven't really met a god, so I don't know if they're supposed to be hated. And but I mean, some of the temples are pretty cool.
I don't think gods are meant to be hated. I think they're...
What about the murder gods and the death gods?
Death serves a purpose. Murder, not so much. But
Well, I don't know. It's not really adventurous to murder,
again,
but
I
some bad people accidentally die
yeah,
on purpose.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't really say murder doesn't serve.
Accidentally
a purpose.
died on purpose is what you just said, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Roll a d6.
Me?
Yep.
And
Fantastic. 6.
Awesome. So as you're like, you seem fine, but as you've all had this conversation, you realize that Karina has mutated
Karina,
and has gills and sharpened long fingernails and sharp incisors. As you're basically under the effects of the alter self spell.
Oh, you got the transmutation one. That one's fun.
This is awesome.
Yeah, you can breathe water and attack people with your claws. Kind of like, and he holds up his, and they're still blunted.
That's okay.
Kind of like how my people do, but I don't. But
That's
They
fine.
didn't let
this
you
is
grow those
amazing.
back?
You've done wonderful work.
I mean, I'm with the gauntlet, and I kind of like. I've ripped a lot less clothes, so I just kind of kept them blunt.
Okay, well, as
That's
long
a
as it's
fair
a good
assessment.
decision,
Yeah,
that's totally fair.
yeah. They
Do you
said
know how long this is going to last?
no.
Amazing.
I
You're so talented.
Thank you. Are you an adventurer?
Yes.
She is.
Now.
she is an adventurer.
I love adventurers.
Seisha kind of leans over and whispers to Karina.
Adventurer means hero to him.
I'm working on it.
Me too.
Fantastic. I think you're off to a great start. This is fantastic.
That's not what makes you an adventurer. What makes you an adventurer is sticking up for people that can't stick up for themselves, and helping people that need help. even when it doesn't suit you, and it just makes the place better.
I would agree.
Salazar, I have missed you so much.
It's about this time that you see kind of like fluttering on tiny little bat wings. This chameleon with a possum tail. And it just kind of flutters, not really able to hold its body weight, so it's like just kind of dangling, but the wings are fluttering.
Kind of like picking a cat up by its scruff.
Yep.
If I just hold my little awkward clawed hand out for him to land on?
Okay. It flutters over and just kind of lands, and then the tail wraps around you, and then it just falls, and then just kind of swings.
Yes.
As it dangles. And he goes, "That's Samantha. That one's Sally." And you look over at the mantle, and where underneath the dog painting, there is what you originally thought was just a very odd, strange sculpture, probably made by one of the kids that occupy this place, as it was basically a mud iguana with 2 sticks sticking out of its back and a couple leaves that are now burned away. But
it's basically been fire kilned now.
This character was made for me.
Salazar is like the best thing that's ever happened in this game.
And the new one, Samantha, doesn't look like a Frankenstein together. It looks like this very strange creature was naturally born with these tiny bat wings and a possum tail.
Very much in love. Very, very much.
So where are you from? I haven't seen you around here before. What's your name?
My name's Karina.
Karina. I'm Salazar.
It's a pleasure to meet you. You remind me of some people I know.
Oh, are you from the swamp?
No, I'm from a completely different place entirely. But we've got a kingdom full of people like you, and they mine emeralds, and they're just have all this emerald jewels and everything.
There's emeralds in the swamp?
No, this is a completely different. It's a jungle swamp.
Oh, it's like salt.
Sort of, but different.
You look different.
Do I?
Yeah. Your clothes are different, and you got a cool necklace.
Oh, yeah.
And you got a bloody axe. But it's not real blood. It's like a gemstone. It looks like, is it made of ruby? I like it.
It is. What is it made of? Do I know what it's made of?
It's made of petrified blood.
It's made of blood. So good eye.
Okay. Did you
She's
kill
also
people?
a little bit taller.
It came that way.
She actually, when she got rebirthed out of the
She's
chrysalis.
back to normal. Got it.
Yeah. I'm not super tall anymore. No, I got a wardrobe change. I got some cool accessories, and
Do you have karate chop action?
I do, and I go, cha! I just whip.
I'm so glad I hadn't taken a sip yet.
I just whip out the sword, and what's next to me?
There's tables and
Tables?
chairs.
I had karate the table with the sword. I go, hacha!
And there's like a of chalk against the chalkboard.
I throw a
Sorry,
table and I get in
sorry.
trouble. She karate chops a table and it's fine.
But we own this one.
We bought the last one.
And I'll buy a new one.
Lee says there's enough
Again.
gold left over from the last one that Tommy broke.
That's fair. Okay.
I'm sure this one we can just put back together.
I mean, it kind of has character now. We could just like lacquer over it.
Can we just
and
glue it back?
Put a sign that
I can mend
the
it
unbreakable
later.
heart was here.
Yeah, she can mend it.
Oh,
Later.
okay.
Why didn't?
Not today.
Oh no, the other one fell into it.
Where's Finley? Where's Voth?
Boss is on adventures of his own.
Oh, okay.
And Finley just stepped out for the day.
Oh, okay. Harold, how are you?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm just happy to see you, honestly.
Yeah, sorry I've been busy, but you've been busy
No.
too. Like I said, you were gone for like.
Yeah, we've all been busy.
2 months.
That's the adventuring lifestyle, really.
Did you see something cool? How was the mountains? Was it cold?
It was freezing. It was extremely cold.
I don't like the cold.
And we saw a giant, like the body of a giant laying against a mountain, and it was just huge. It was as big as the mountain. It was incredible.
Oh, that's different than what I was thinking. I thought you were just saying that like she just leaned up against the mountain. You were really impressed by it.
Hey.
No, way bigger. Way big. Like as big as one of the walking statues.
You have giants that are big as statues.
Yeah.
Cool.
So what have you been doing?
I told you.
Well, I mean,
I'm
for
working for the
fun.
Gauntlet. That's what I do all the time now.
Do you do anything for fun?
You can see, like, pinned on the lapel of his coat is the sword, or the
clench.
gauntlet clenching the sword.
Yeah.
It's like the cleanest thing on him.
I see you've taken care of your emblem.
Yeah. For some people in the city, it's a symbol of being an adventurer. So I gotta make sure that it looks good, so people know that I'm an adventurer, or at least trying to become one.
I think you're an adventurer.
But yeah, I have fun helping the Gauntlet. I love helping people. But you know that it's going to be God's Day tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to have a big party here. You should come by.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about going by the plinth, but I'll come here.
Okay. We'd love to see you. I mean, if you have other stuff you need to do, that's okay, but we always like seeing you, Salazar.
I don't think the Order's got to do anything tomorrow. We'll see.
Okay. If you can make it, we'd love to see you. What are you doing today?
Well, I was stopping by, and I gotta go back because I'm gonna go help the Sacrosaints today.
Oh, okay.
That was fun.
The cult. Do you guys have any news about something that they're doing right now?
They said that they were gonna have everything handed to them soon. That's all I know.
Everything handed to them.
But
Sorry, just thinking.
I do that a lot too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot to think about right now.
What are you thinking about?
I was thinking about if you sleep on a bed or on a very large rock.
I used to sleep in. We had huts, and we were in a swamp, and we had like mud and not hay, but like sticks and soft stuff that we laid on. Now I sleep on a bed.
The queen that I knew that was like you, she had an enchanted bed made of large stone, and it would keep her warm.
When it didn't really get cold in the swamp, but if it were to get cold in the swamp, one of your patrons coughing a lot. You okay? Do you know? I got an elixir.
Hey, I went down the wrong pipe.
Do you need the Heimlich?
Nope.
Okay. Oh God, no! I have sound on here.
It's real rowdy today.
Yeah, it is.
But no, if it was gonna get cold, then yeah, I would probably heat up a rock.
Oh, that's wonderful. She is adorable. Just fantastic. The little.
Oh yeah, Samantha. She really likes you. Just hanging on the whole time.
Yeah.
She's my I made her.
You made her.
Yeah, I found a chameleon, and some people say I shouldn't have done this, but I just kind of tested elixirs on her, and then she got bat wings and a possum tail. Kind of like how you have gills and claws and teeth.
And they're gone.
Oh,
I
okay.
really wanted
Lasted
to poke you
about
in the
10 minutes.
gills, and I realize how bad that sounds, but
I really wanted to throw you in the water, see if you could breathe.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was gonna dunk my head.
Oh, well, here, try another one.
Okay.
Roll a d6.
Roll a d6.
Okay, all right.
Can I have some?
Of course, here you go.
I take some. 2.
Oh,
Burn a spell slot.
6.
You have gills and stuff. What'd you get?
2.
A 2?
I'm gonna do it.
Do.
I go to
Dunk
the
your head.
kitchen and I fill up the sink and I dunk my head.
Okay. It's a great Lauren person.
What are you doing?
I want to see if I can breathe underwater.
Of course you can't breathe underwater. You are a giant.
No. Look at the gills.
You know what? It is your bar. You do what you want.
You can breathe, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, this is crazy. Let's go to the ocean.
You don't notice anything. Let me know if.
Oh. Nice.
What?
Okay.
But it's good seeing everybody.
It's really good to
Salazar,
see you too, Salazar.
it's always great to see you.
Here, take your Samantha bag.
Pats his shoulder and
She genuinely thinks the name is Samantha.
and Salazar.
And Salazar.
And tomorrow's goth day.
Yeah.
Amazing. But yeah, I always like seeing you guys. But maybe I can stop by. I'll be here tomorrow.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Yay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Salazar.
Nice
Bye.
seeing you.
And he will make his way back over to the temple of
Helm?
Helm. No, not Helm. Anyways, goes over to the
remember.
gauntlet.
Where those gauntlet nerds hang out.
Yeah, those guys, the Order of the Gauntlet, wherever they hang
Tier?
out. It's tier.
It's tier.
It's
Yep.
tier.
Are we heading somewhere?
That was up to you. We just
Okay.
put in the NPC. That's what we had. Everything else is up to you guys. Whatever you want
No,
to
I
do
just
today.
didn't know if we were heading somewhere. Should we? Well, if tomorrow's a big holiday, surely like the square's planning something. There's got to be a party committee.
I mean, everybody basically comes out into the streets and celebrates together.
No, but
It's huge.
somebody handles that.
Oh,
for the
I need to
city.
swing by and see Embrick and Avi. I gotta pick something up. Some friends of ours. They're blacksmith and weaponsmith.
Ah,
I think I briefly introduced you to them when we first
you
got
did.
here.
You did. You just have so many friends.
We do.
You look down at the kneecaps of your greaves and see that they have a familiar make. The ones that Karina had.
Mm-hmm. You've met them. Mm-hmm. Well, does anybody else have stuff to do?
I went to check on Trench earlier, and apparently the reason he wasn't there last night was because he has a big thing he got hired for that he has to do.
Oh, okay.
The only thing I can think of is how you suggested we go assault those nobles.
That is
Maybe
exactly
we
what
should
you
talk
said
to Laurel
verbatim.
before we do that.
That is.
Those were
when
your
you-
exact
When you
words.
put it that way, that
Yep. You specifically said we're going to go assault some nobles. I heard you.
I am not okay.
No. We've been trying to tell you that for 12 episodes.
The meta!
That fourth wall!
Jesus, that was
Came through that like the
beautiful.
Kool-Aid man.
We'll be right back. Make sure you check out the next episode of D4.
Who are you talking to, Harold?
Lord.
No one in particular. It'll be our little secret.
Oh my god.
We need to go. We need to try to get an audience with the Open Lord.
Yeah, at the very least, tell them what's up.
So why don't we go do that first?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you make your way towards the Parisian's Palace.
Yes.
Also known as the home of the Open Lord.
Sure.
Something, Karina, we haven't described this to you. Outside of this beautiful, like, white marble polished palace that you've seen, there is a tower. It is a small wizard's tower. And you can see people revere it in, like, in honor. You can tell, even without any, like, sense magic,
sight.
or magical sight, or there is a barrier that protects this.
And something that you absolutely see is floating about several feet off the ground.
Yeah, like somewhere between 6 and 8 feet, just kind of.
Is a skeleton
Amazing.
just floating
Love it.
in the air
Aesthetic.
in between in this barrier.
Point taken.
Someone comes up and goes, Agaren's Tower, the first Open Lord. Not the body. No, that was somebody trying to get into the tower. It has defenses.
I wagered. Yeah.
No one knows what secrets lie within.
Do you print that on your tourist brochures?
I'm not a tourist, but now I will be. If you think I got the guts for it. So.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right.
You've got a good bravado in your speech.
Well, welcome to Waterdeep, the city of splendors.
Oh, fantastic. Yes. You can make a career of that.
Oh, thank you.
Is this a tour?
Yes, it is going to be 3 copper.
Oh, here you are.
Yes. What you stand before is Agaren's Tower.
Man, Harold's all about that guy.
You're an economic boom.
You know, I can read people.
Autism. But you actually see there is a lot of commotion outside of Pierre Jean's palace, and no one is being allowed inside.
Make my way over there and
Make my way. Yeah, how's that feel?
I love it, Devin.
Good.
I'm gonna make my way over there and see if I can pick up on what's going on.
Yeah, who all is going over there?
To
The commotion.
commotion. I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
to
sure.
Some
I'm going
commotion.
as
It is definitely in the direction you were headed, as it is at the entrance of the Palace of the Open Lord.
Well, I do love commotion.
And what is everybody's passive insights again?
17.
15.
Okay.
16.
Okay. You don't have to tell me. I know it's a lot.
Okay.
25, whatever.
No, insight is only 21.
You can see just along the faces and the body language, everybody, there is concern. And there is just like a sinking gut feeling in all of their stomachs, and they don't like the news that they're hearing, and they are very confused. And there's like, it's hard to make out what is happening just because there's so much murmuring.
Okay.
So it's, and you can actually hear some of the guards trying to calm the crowd and like speak up over them, but even them, they are being drowned out as there's, and it doesn't.
Is it a concern of like anger or sadness?
It does not seem like they are rioting or picketing against the Open Lord. There is some anger, but there is a lot more confusion than there is anything else.
I'm just going to go up to somebody and be like, what's going on?
Crowd, hey, what's going on?
You go up to a halfling who is kind of, see like mutton chops that kind of come down, wearing leather working outfit or whatnot. Not really sure what, but he kind of like talking to someone. But what do you do when you come up?
I walk up to him. It looks like you're also approaching a person.
I'll let you do the talking.
Okay. Hey, what's going on? That's exactly what I say.
You haven't heard?
No.
The Mass Lords just voted Laurel off the Open Lord.
What?
They did what?
Laurel's not the Open Lord anymore.
Who is?
Don't know.
We don't know who.
No one at the moment.
We don't know who the
Where,
Open Lord is.
where is Laurel?
Oh, we should have.
Don't know.
Did I meet
no.
Laurel Silverhand?
We should have used this papers a little sooner, huh?
Yes, because you went into the Pierre Jean's palace. She is the Open Lord. She had the silver hair. She's the chosen of the goddess of magic herself.
Okay.
I would go. Can we just go inside?
No.
Oh, we can't just go inside?
Nobody knows where she is.
The people outside, the regular
I'd like to
Waterdeepians
approach a
do
guard.
not. You go approach a guard?
Mm-hmm. Preferably one that I recognize from one of our trips there.
Oh, so fancy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, you
Okay.
You can push your way up front. Yeah.
and you see someone who's let you
Yeah.
in before and whatnot. But even you standing, the gates are closed to the road that leads up to the palace, and he's like, there are probably a dozen guards in front of this.
Okay.
So, but you're able to kind of approach, and as you approach,
Yeah.
Sorry, palace
Understood.
closed.
Understood. Just concerned. Is there any word where Laurel has gone?
I'm sorry, I'm not at liberty to say.
All right.
We understand. I'm going to walk out of the crowd.
Okay.
And just take a small piece of food. Get me another raven.
Okay.
I didn't prepare this, so y'all do something else while I figure out 25 words.
Sounds great.
Yep.
Love it.
We could go to the Blackstaff and see if Vajra knows anything.
Okay.
I imagine that right now she's
I'm-
probably absolutely slammed with people.
I'm really concerned that I have a suspicion who's going to be named Open Lord.
Yeah,
Who?
no
Who?
kidding.
Your dad.
There's only-
What? Oh no, yeah, that does make sense.
No, that's not even my thought process. It's big.
Or Manchun.
Or the Rose.
No, well, the Rose himself wouldn't. He would get some sort of other. He would get somebody else to do it, to be a target,
Why?
and then he'd just puppet them.
Why bother at that point? There's nothing to get at him anymore. But I could
But
very well
how?
be any of the above.
How did this happen?
Harold, a paper bird lands on your or like literally flies right into your chest and falls to your feet.
I pick it up
This-
and open it. Oh God!
This may be an opportunity where
I got a bird.
you get a hold of the Harpers.
I got a bird.
You got a bird?
What's
your bird?
say?
I'm reading my bird.
Read that bird.
Bird
Harold,
up. Bam, 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 bam.
Ethan, if you so want to read who it is from at the end privately, so that
Yeah, I
you can
did.
say if you read it out loud or not in play. Of course, read it out loud for everyone in the audience.
I love that face.
Oh. I mean, just y'all keep talking and play because this is gonna take me a second.
Okay, so
No, I think
walking.
I think my concern is.
Or do you all leave the palace?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We leave the palace area. We discuss potentially going to see Vajra. She's probably swamped with people. We discuss who the new Open Lord might be, and
We can actually do that.
what do you mean actually do that?
Actually have the conversation.
I thought we just did.
Oh, I thought we were still talking about it.
We say which,
I don't know.
I don't,
I don't even know anymore.
It's just we left.
Harold's reading a letter. You look over. Karina's having a conversation with a raven.
Before you say anything, Ethan, I will say that everyone noticed that unless you took a carriage over, but even when you got out of the carriage, Karina was not struggling to keep up with you all.
Yep.
Yep.
Do you usually struggle?
My
Yeah.
short little legs.
Yeah. Her walking speed is 25.
Oh, you weren't struggling?
Nope.
I thought my walking speed was 20.
25.
Is that
Oh, there it is.
weird?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
This is
she's
Karina
moved
got
faster
out
than you
this-
actually.
You're really fast today. What's going on?
I think it's the coffee I had this morning.
Okay. Anyways, so
Oh, I bet it was one of the potions from Salazar.
Oh, yeah,
This is
maybe.
really bad.
do I still have
Okay.
gills?
This is really
No,
bad.
10 minutes.
Oh, I wasn't even gonna tell you, but I have to tell you. This is really bad.
What is it?
What?
Should
Can
we
we
talk about this
assume-
on the
can
street?
we assume we're
we have
somewhere
to be
private?
somewhere. We have to be somewhere very private for
Okay,
this.
let's
Okay,
go home.
and for what I'm going to send to the Raven, I'm going to describe Laurel Silverhand. And I'm going to say, this is Karina of BFGs. We just heard the news. Please come to Spirits of Tro's Skull. We have concerns and need to speak to you.
No.
So I basically see her talk to a raven and it takes off.
She's a druid.
It's not weird. She's a druid.
Make an Arcana
Yeah,
check.
but I just heard her talking about the Raven Queen,
yeah.
and now she's talking to a raven.
But you
That's
can
fair.
also make an Arcana check.
21.
Doing
Animal
druid
messenger.
Okay.
Shit. Yeah, I'm doing druid shit.
Yes.
Okay.
Druid shit. But yes, it is a
You
raven.
could ask.
I will, but not right in
And
the middle
not
of the street.
assume.
All right,
But
can we
anyway.
assume that we are back in our home in a private space?
Yes.
Of course you can.
Okay.
Harold, what's going on?
Okay, so we are back in a safe place.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're at home.
Yeah, Harold, just with your passive insight, you can tell Harold is absolutely horrified and nauseous. I got a message from the Cudgel.
Oh. Who? The Cudgel. It's former enemy turned shaky ally.
Harold, there is going to be an attack on the city both politically and physically tomorrow. The Cult of the Dead Three, which I am a part of, is going to try and summon the Dead Three into the city. I only inform you of this because I know where the Rose is going to be, and I am calling in my favor for your assistance in taking him down. He is meeting with Manchun and will be near the Kolat Towers. He has told me his plan because he requires my assistance in his plans. The mage is going to try and use the distraction and power of the three plus Project Giant Star in order to scare off or take down the Red Wing. Giant Star was originally envisioned to hold the city hostage through use of one of their walking guardians. Jarlaxle is aware, but I don't know if he's willing to send Brigandaire to a full-on war unless he can find a benefit for him in the end. Enjoy the time you have left with those you love. There are no promises for either of us come tomorrow, but together we will seal the Rose's fate and keep him immortalized and away from the murderous god he worships. Meet me at the gallery tomorrow morning. The Cudgel.
Fuck.
Well,
Can we just the Project Giant Star? It's like a machine, right?
we don't know.
We don't know.
Actually, in that letter,
It sounds like he's going to make one of the statues walk, but I don't know if that's what they're planning. It says was originally envisioned.
I think
the specific words was going to hold the city hostage through use of one of their walking guardians.
Well, if we break them all,
What?
can't
We
use
can't do
them.
that.
we could.
You
No,
know
we
that
can't.
there are homes and bars and people that live in a lot of them.
Inside the statue?
And
we
you-
need to get our loved ones out of the city.
We need to get everyone out of the city.
We
There's no
can't
way for us to do
evacuate
that
the entire
anymore.
City
The-
in one day. We can't.
The one person who could have helped us perform something like that is not in a position to do that anymore, and they knew that when they covered all their fucking bases.
I don't like the idea that some people will survive this just
I
because
don't
they know
either,
us.
but we can't help everyone. We can't. Sometimes you just have to find one person that you can protect.
This does kind of match what I was saying earlier. But we can try to evacuate as many people as
We
possible.
can't
but
raise
we
a
can't-
panic.
Why not?
Because if people panic, the city becomes an absolute cesspool of chaos, and no one will get out, and people will start attacking each other. That's what mobs do.
Well, already enough people
Is it
aren't going to
better
get out
than
to be
them all
counted as
dying?
everyone.
We have to
Finley-
stop them.
I'm sorry,
We
V,
have-
they won't get out of the city because they'll be fighting each other and it'll bottleneck. And instead you'll have people trying to kill each other to escape.
That's going to happen either way.
Right.
Not if we stop
So
them.
if it happens no matter what, then
We have to kill Manchun. We have to kill the Rose in one fell swoop.
and we gotta do it tomorrow.
We have to do it tomorrow morning. We know where he's going to be. The Cudgel knows where they're going to be. We're going to have to go as a group. We're going to have to trust a guy who's a part of the cult.
Harold, read the sentence about Project Giant Star again.
Giant Star was originally envisioned to hold the city hostage through use of one of their walking guardians.
Was originally envisioned. What is it envisioned as now?
I don't know. It doesn't say. Jarlaxle knows something's going on, but we can't get him to help us unless we can convince him there's a very good reason to.
I will remind you the last time, I think it was Karnan, but I'll say you've learned the information that Manshoon was planning to do something, but it was from Karnan. But after the deal with the Rose, he no longer needed a big, weapon.
After his deal with the Rose?
Uh-huh.
Motherfucker.
If you want to try and put pieces together,
Yes!
you can roll investigation check.
It's 13 plus investigation, 10, 23.
23. Okay, so originally the Xanathar and the Zentarum were at each other's throats.
Mm-hmm.
The Xanathar, the Beholder, told you that he had a thorn in his side. Ha 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 ha, praise my humor. And asked you to get rid of the Rose.
Right.
But because of the stone, you got rid of the Xanathar. The Rose wanted to actually become an ally of Manshoon, and that's why he went after the Lich Hand of Manshoon.
Mm-hmm.
You guys thwarted that. So the Rose came up with a way.
Rose was the one who trusted the Dead Three because he's one of them. Okay.
Okay. And so the Rose came up with a plan that Karnan said he was going to get Harold to barter the allegiance, but the Rose came up with something. You all know that the Rose is a masked lord. You also know Elerthat Gathala is a masked lord.
Mm-hmm.
You know there are not many masked lords around anymore, and the only way to usurp an open lord is if there is a unanimous decision across all masked lords that they are incompetent. And the two other masked lords that you know of
Are probably unseen.
were
They're dead.
told to be busy by Laurel Silverhand herself, as Durnan and Mert
Yeah.
were sent or were supposed to be put on a
Mert is one of the other masked lords.
Wait,
So there's only 2 people to make the vote, and the 2 of them made it.
There's more than that, but there's a lot of people that can be easily swayed, as they don't have allegiances. The 2 people that would stand to bat for Laurel Silverhand no matter what, one would be Mert.
Oh, this is so bad. This is
So
so
you
much
can
worse than
assume-
I expected.
The deal was the Rose was like, I will ensure that Open Lord does not have power. Therefore, you do not need to destroy the city we both want to control.
I relay all that.
Oh, we're fucked. We get to kill them. We have to kill them all.
Sorry, it's just funny hearing that come out of somebody else's mouth.
I mean, we don't have a choice anymore. As of right now, they're winning so handily, and it was right in front of us the whole time.
okay.
It's awfully coincidental, though, isn't it?
It's more so a lot of people that have been in this kind of business for a long time that took ample opportunities when presented to themselves. People,
I have to buy some things, and I have to visit Jarlaxle before the end of the day.
We don't know who the new Open Lord is.
I don't know that they're going to make a new open lord until tomorrow. It says specifically whatever is planning is physical and political, and it's doing it tomorrow. So my assumption is
We have to get rid of my dad.
we don't know that your dad's even involved anymore.
He has to be. He's one of the masked lords. He had to be involved in that vote. He's involved. And he is...
If he becomes the new Open Lord, what are we supposed to do? What am I supposed to do?
So we're gonna have to play it by ear tomorrow.
We'll figure it out, V.
There is a knock at the door.
I'll get it.
I pull my knife.
Okay.
I go over to the door, I pull my sword and hold it behind my back and open the door.
Hey there, Angel.
Oh my god! And drop the knife and fall out the door and wrap my arms around Ariel.
Oh.
Oh god, I'm so glad to see you.
You can definitely see that with your passive perception being what it is. You hug her and she goes, oh, ow, 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 oh, careful, careful,
sorry,
oh.
I'm sorry.
And you look, I mean, she looks rough. Oh,
What in the nine hells happened to you?
oh, you should see the other guy. Don't worry about me, darling. I think it's only 2 ribs broken.
Lay on hands. I'll give her. How beat up does she look?
She looked pretty beat up.
I'm gonna go ahead and pump the whole thing into her then.
I'm going to walk over to Seisha
That's 45 points of healing.
and gently put a hand on her shoulder and be like, "We should take her inside."
I
and
did.
then,
I brought her in.
then we should immediately zone of truth her.
Yes, we should. We need to.
Why?
We have to.
Seisha?
Unseen. Just we don't have to ask any. You can call it off the moment you're like, "Hey, are you a doppelganger?" And then that's that.
And she's like, kind of getting like, ooh, that's tingly.
I'm gonna cast a spell and I need you to allow it to affect you. It's a zone of truth.
We're gonna ask you one question and then we're gonna call it off. And it's a very simple question. I'll even tell you what the question is. Are you a doppelganger? That's the question we're going to ask. And if you're cool with that, cool.
Dirty 20 insight.
We know
That's
you're telling the
literally-
truth. Yeah.
That's literally all Harold wants to know.
All right.
It's just a
But I
safety
ask we
precaution.
do it in a room I can step out of.
I will drop the spell as soon as we're done.
Can you?
Yes. Yeah, you can end it early.
It is not a concentration
I
spell.
thought you could end it early.
Nope. It lasts for as long as it lasts.
Oh.
Yep.
There is a side section of the common room that you guys don't often use because it leads to Finley's. So you can go and step into that one.
Okay.
Sure. That's fine with me.
Actually,
I
can't
want to
do
make
it.
clear
don't
that I
have it
trust
prepared
you.
For today.
Oh, all right. There you go.
I don't have it on my list for today.
Can
Oh,
I
well.
ask what that question is gonna be?
He told you.
He already told
Oh,
her.
did oh sorry, I didn't.
Are you-
Yeah, I straight up said.
Oh, got it.
We're
got
gonna
it,
ask
got
if you're a
it.
doppelganger.
I can't cast it today.
That
The only
sucks.
thing I could cast for it would hurt you, and that feels kind of cruel right now.
But if you consent to a little bit of pain and we'll heal it.
No, I
You know-
think she's heard enough.
I tell you what. I have something I often share with Devil. Would that be good
Perfect.
enough?
Yes.
I will need to be cured of it after you answer this question. She looks to you. Did you give her all of your lay on hands?
I did.
Okay.
I have 5.
Oh, I can do it. I can do it.
Oh,
I
okay.
can do
Oh,
it.
so can.
I have 5.
So can
Yeah.
B.
Yeah, I have
Okay.
cure wounds.
I think this is going to be an effect, not
And-
damage.
I have 10.
So, what you're going to do after she does this is you're going to focus some of that energy. You only want to remove a condition upon her.
Okay.
You don't want to heal her.
Okay. Okay.
And she'll pull a small bottle,
Yeah, it's a very familiar type of wine.
and she'll take a swig. I am not a doppelganger.
Cool.
Okay, now use it on her
Lay on hands
for 5.
for 5.
Yeah, removing poisons and disease. And
There you go.
Can I kiss you now?
Way to go, V.
please.
Okay. She gives her a big smooch.
A little bit of a dried blood, pinky taste in it, you know.
I've
Yep.
been worried about you.
It's been a hell of a time down there. That's a shithole. Seems like y'all had some stuff going on too, if you're asking me if I'm a doppelganger.
Yeah. There's a network of doppelgangers called the Unseen that have been infiltrating the city. And one
Okay.
of them was the head of the guard.
Now that's news. I've heard unseen in my rumors, but didn't piece it that was unseen.
Yeah.
Anyway, Cult of the Dead 3 are motivated down there, as they believe the good of strife is the god of strife has told them it is time to strike to wage war and take back their power. It's a bloodbath down there. There are horrific blood monstrosities that are hunting and murdering people, and taking them back to the new pair, the new layer of the Xanathar. But from what I've learned, the rose has returned to the surface, but I wasn't able to figure out where. Now, there's rumors, big plans of the Zentarum taking over the cities through some coup or somehow using a city against itself.
They voted Laurel out.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yep. That's where we're at too.
I need a drink. Like, starts to drink.
Here.
Thinks twice and just.
I give her the bottle of whiskey or whatever it was that was left.
It's about half of it. Oh. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's kind of where we're at right now.
Apparently, the plan right now is they are going to be summoning the Dead Three in the middle of the city tomorrow after a political and physical coup. So.
More than. I think the political coup has already started.
Yeah.
Yeah, no fucking kidding.
I think tomorrow the physical one begins.
But the good news is, I know, or I will know tomorrow morning where it is that the Rose and Manchun are going to be. The problem is they're going to be together.
Where did they get the ritual to summon the Dead Three?
Oh.
It's not the Dead Three they're going to be summoning. They got it from Bane. They would have gotten the ritual from Bane, and he's in the service of the Elder Eye.
Bane's dead.
Bane is dead, but his power
She
is
didn't
in
say
the
that.
service
That's-
of
I'm
the...
letting you
Okay.
know.
Yeah.
No,
Bane's dead. So not in the service.
His power is if...
So they're using the Elder Eye's magic abilities to take over
George
the city?
Forsworn holds the power of Bane.
I mean, I can tell you right now, they planning something, and they believe that they can bring the three back.
Why would they want that?
Because they follow them. Those are their gods.
Oh, the cult. I mean, okay,
There's,
well, yeah, but
there's something about revenge.
Revenge for the time of
Revenge.
troubles for what
Yeah.
Ao did to the Dead Three.
The followers still hold a grudge for, well, their gods being dead and all.
Wouldn't know what that's like.
She squeezes your hand.
We need
What's the play? What do you need? I came here first because, well,
we need costumes.
I wanted to see
A lot of
you.
them. And as many people as we can get on our side to dress up in them.
As what?
we need
The
a
Red Wing
costume.
has to show up tomorrow.
Wait, say it
It's-
again?
The Red Wing has to show up
Oh,
tomorrow.
yeah.
We can use my my cloak and clothes of many fashions.
You can. That's one person.
We need as many of these people as we can get. We have to somehow scare them enough to get them off balance so they don't just see 5 or 6 people. But the problem is anybody we bring is going to be an enormous target, and they're going to immediately try to kill all of us. And since Jarlaxle's not going to do anything unless we can promise him something, and I don't think there's anything we can promise him that's big enough to matter, I'm going to have to be the Red Wing.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's already on his way back to Luskin.
That's my thought process too. He's probably already left.
Rumor down there was that's most likely what's happening. I heard wind of actually Bregandiarth making their way back into the Underdark.
Great.
Wow. Wow.
Well-
Okay.
I need to visit Embrick. And I need them to make me a gauntlet.
All right. Well, you got the Raiders' help. I don't know what.
might be a divide and conquer.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that makes sense to me. But this is the only chance we have to actually catch them unaware.
We're talking about fighting Manchun and the Rose at the same time.
But maybe not necessarily. If I can convince them that the other one was the one who drew me there, they might start trying to kill each other on top of that, which gives us an opportunity to go after them both. I might be able to trick them into thinking that one of the other ones was working with me. All I have to do is lie my ass off. And if I tell a convincing enough lie, Manchun will think the Rose was always in league with me.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's a possibility. And as someone who is silver-tongued as you, trust me, I know.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Black minds. It's possible. You gotta bullshit like you've never bullshit.
Would there be anything to gain from exposing one or both parties?
I don't think, I mean, there was before with Laurel, but without Laurel, I'm not certain that there's anything to gain. As of right now, they control the city.
You gotta think about it right now, the Watch. If you say he was a doppelganger,
What if we don't say it?
they're gonna be probably not as organized.
They're going to be scattered. They don't have a Grand Civilar right now.
They don't have direction.
And they also
I don't
don't
think
trust
they're
each
going to
other
accept
anymore.
Grek as their Grand Civilar.
I would. But
I
he's
would
too
too.
green. No, not in any reference to his skin color. That is, he is
New.
very new.
Let me think.
Plays a mean game of poker.
We
I
can.
can see that.
Who are friends we have in town that are willing to fight?
Our friends here in the alley, they've joined us in battle before,
This is bigger than just a normal fight.
but I don't know that we have many people more loyal than the Doom Raiders and the people in this alley.
Who do we know that owes us favors that are powerful?
Laurel Silverhand.
Yeah, we were a little too stingy with those favors.
We have. What was that order that we saved twice?
Order that we saved twice.
They gave us a favor, and then they gave us. We specifically saved them with Karina.
There was the Lord's Alliance didn't give you a favor. They gave you a thing that would possibly give you a bargaining chip.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yep.
They couldn't make it here in time anyway.
And the leader of the Lord's Alliance.
It's Doug Alt, never remember.
Yeah, he's like the grand head, like you know, the admiral of a fleet type, not necessarily
The actual organizer is Laurel, but the person that makes the moves is Neverember.
Yeah.
Maybe we could ask the Veterox to help us.
Yeah, maybe. I don't.
We could bring 10 of them over, casting
We
her
don't need like
teleportation.
an enormous force. We just need a big enough force to make it look like there's a real Manchun with a real army, really ready to jump these guys. And like you just said, Gariel, they don't even need to all be in one place. It just needs to seem like they're all over the place.
What, we all dress them the same?
I don't know. I think if we spread them out just enough to make it feel like they're everywhere, even if they're not, it's just all one big lie. And we have to spread them out.
A question. What kind of activities happen on God's Day?
It's like a big party in the street.
For our two Waterdavians, go ahead and roll that history.
I will roll it.
Just get it. Okay.
Just regular. Yeah, because you're both rolling.
19.
Okay.
14.
14.
Hell
Okay.
Oh, 15, sorry.
15.
Get
You
it.
both would know that all of the temples have their own specified celebrations and things like that. You know that there is some celebrations in the street, but it's less of that, like the Day of Wonders and stuff like that, where it's like big parade. Less of that. A lot of the bars pay homage to whatever god they typically lean towards, but the biggest thing is the plinth. And the plinth is the tower within the city that is dedicated to all of the gods of Toril that don't have a specified temple. And there's typically some like grand gesture. There is also a fireworks display that is set off from atop Mount Waterdeep, and it's designed in a way to look like a celestial stairway.
When do you think they're going to strike?
Not an actual celestial stairway.
No, I'm just remembering that they had the book on how they found the Tablets of Fate previously, and I'm worried that they found them again.
When do you think they might strike? During that fireworks show?
We won't know until tomorrow morning.
I have something I can do, but we have to time it right.
What is
Okay.
it?
I can put a message from the gods in the sky. I can't say much, but I could warn people, or I could expose someone. I could make people believe that on God's day, they've received a message. And it would be in the sky for all to see for an hour.
The fireworks show is a good opportunity for that.
It would have to be at night then, wouldn't it?
It can
Not
be
necessarily.
anytime.
How does the message...
It appears in the well, for me, it appears in the clouds. It can be the clouds or the stars, however we want to.
Okay, so
Make
we
this
be
appear.
thinking on a good message to send. We need to use that message to save as many people as we possibly can.
I can do 10 words.
Be thinking on what those 10 words are, and if you want us to help, we will. That's a great idea.
Because if people believe it's coming from the gods, we don't necessarily have to scare them. We just have to encourage them.
We have.
I know what I need to do.
Them. They have to be warned. We can't just let them sit there.
We can't.
Keep brainstorming. I have to run upstairs real quick, and I'm going to literally run up the stairs.
Okay.
And I'm going to call Earl, and I'm going to send a letter to whatever leader of the Harpers I know.
Okay. The highest in the order that you know
That I know directly.
is Mert. However, you know he's busy.
Yep. I think your next.
It's probably Renair.
Would be Renair, yeah.
There's one
That's gonna
other
be
that was mentioned to you early on.
If you know it, that's fine if you want to tell him.
A suspected Harper, the savant at the Font of Knowledge. I'm not sure she is one, but when I asked her if she
You know
played
what?
the harp,
If
she
you
gave
say
me
that-
a knowing smile.
When you say that, and I assume we say it privately, Harold will, instead of sending a letter, we'll just make plans, and we don't have to like role play it right now. But I will make plans to go when I go to do my Imbric and everything to make my fucking gauntlet. I will also run over to the savant and be like, "Look, we could, like knowledge is power and all that shit. What the fuck?" We'll get to that.
Beautiful. Fucking beautiful.
Love it.
Knowledge is power. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Let's go.
It's serious out these streets.
Okay,
Serious
so
on these.
we can continue discussing, or we can just like rapid fire using whatever time of the day you have left.
It's rapid fire. I vote rapid fire.
I also vote rapid fire because we got a lot
Yeah,
of
we'll,
things we got to
we'll
do.
brainstorm the Skywrite message in the time we have.
Yeah, of course. So, do you want to investigate the nobles that you consider possibly unseen?
At this point, is that a priority?
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think
I don't
so.
think so.
Got it.
Noted. Gariel will let you know she's going to go inform Davil. And the, just...
And like she said, they're going to make their own plans to divide and conquer.
Yep, but she will be wherever you are.
Is
Like, next to you in this, no matter what, she's there.
Is there a way for me to? There's a way for me to contact my mom and brother, right? Like I know that
Your brother is at your estate.
Right.
Your mom is
At
in the mountains, and you remember that you may not be able to talk directly to her since she's not on the council of elders.
Yes, but you.
But I can talk to the council of elders.
Yes.
I want to let them know that Waterdeep is in danger and that she should not come back if she's planning on coming back soon.
Okay.
That she needs to stay there to stay safe. I want to tell Uthal warn him as well or something. I would like. My first thought is send a paper bird, but I don't know if those would be intercepted.
Send it to Harold's parents. They're not going to bother intercepting the ones to the emissaries.
Okay, I'm gonna write a letter addressed to Harold's parents, but but I'll leave instructions to give the letter to Uthal.
Okay. Sounds great. You
And
I want to tell him to go to the Star Mounts with Mom.
Okay.
As soon as he can.
Hold that thought. Karina,
Yes.
you get a sending.
Mm.
Ashley, if you would come in.
Actually,
Hold on.
Karina, hey, I'm gonna be in town tomorrow, and we should totally meet up.
Awful timing.
Oh, that would be wonderful. I would absolutely love to see you bring weapons.
All right.
By the way, the message to Uthal, like, since Harold's parents will also be reading it, it's also a warning for them as well.
Okay.
If they decide they want to leave the city.
Got it. And yeah, we get the gist of the message. You don't need to say exactly what it is. Cool. Harold.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool. What did you want to do?
I'm going to tell Petunia, like, hey, you need to be ready. It's going to get real. I know you aren't going to run, so just be prepared to fight. Because I know how she is, and I know no matter how squirrely she seems, that motherfucker's ready to roll. So I'm going to go to my friends down the street. I know my gauntlet is supposed to be gold, right? Or is it silver? I know Jarlaxle told me what color he made the gauntlet.
Oh, for the
Red Wing.
Red Wing is basically a red metal. It shines.
Perfect.
Like yeah.
It's like red steel.
So I will tell them the exact way I want it.
Okay.
I've seen the one that he had.
Yes.
So I will even make an illusion to show them exactly what it looks like. It has to be exactly this. Then I'm going to go to the savant. Oh no, let me check my notes. I have it written down.
We can switch over to someone else if you need to find it.
Switch to someone else while I find this.
Got it. Is there anything else that you guys are doing?
Trying to decide if that's a good thing to do right now. Actually, yeah, Karina would want to. What is sold at Mama Uwe's?
A lot of different things. Tell us what you're looking for, and we'll tell you if it's available.
Looking for a conversation with Mama Uwe and trying to cover my ass.
Got it. Of course, you can easily find Mama Uwe, and she goes and sleeps back at her place. Okay. But during the day, she's actually continued working with Fala. Okay. So right across the street, at the Corellan's Crown, all of that stuff. So.
Okay.
You walk in, you're greeted, you find Mama Uwe. What can I do for you, child?
Did you receive my messages?
I did. Do you need it now?
I'm worried about tomorrow, so I think...
What's wrong?
Tomorrow's the... let me just...
Oh, is it... And you can see she stops herself from speaking about things that you did not like her talking about before.
And I'm going to intentionally, make eye contact with her and think of what I saw through the telescope. I'm going to think of what happened to my world and that day. I say, I'm afraid it's
something's going to happen tomorrow. And I've got a question, but I also just,
You're free to ask whatever you want, child.
I need to know if it was my fault.
What do you think is your fault?
What happened to my world?
Child.
My family sucks. It sucked. And
She goes, I know what you mean. And the hand crawls up. My brother was a right shite.
mine was too. And after 180 some odd years of it, I prayed to the stars to have a life where I had never dealt with them, a life where they were never my family. And then I wound up here. And I want to make sure that I don't do it to this world, too. You're the only one I can truly show what happened to everything, because I can't explain it.
I understand, child. I have to do a dream-in for Seisha tonight.
Okay.
When I come over, how about I help you find the answers you're looking for?
Thank you. Thank you. That would mean a lot. I'm worried that grander forces are going to try to harm people tomorrow. I want to make sure I can do something about it.
Me too.
Thank you. I'll see you later. Please don't tell anyone.
My lips are sealed.
Thank you, and for what it's worth, it's nice to talk to someone who can understand. I'm sorry I ran out the first time. It was a bit of a shock.
It's an understandable, child. I talk about something you didn't want to, but I'm glad you feel comfortable with talking with me now.
As long as it's in private.
Your thoughts are your own, and I'm not going to spill them out everywhere.
Thank you. And I will head back home.
Cool. Got it.
I figured it out.
Okay, cool. So you go back to the font, and you see that they are extremely busy preparing for God's Day tomorrow.
Right. And this is a religious facility, right?
Oh yeah, it is a temple and library.
Yep.
Right. For
Ogma.
Ogma, I thought so.
Yeah.
I'm going to approach the savant, clearly in a hurry, clearly disheveled. My hat turns into whatever the nearest hat I see is. And I come walking up to her, and I'm like, hey, nothing. You busy real quick? Can I talk to you? I know we've had like 2 dealings in the past at most.
Like, passes a stack of books off. Yes, of course. I am.
Privately would be best. Privately and quickly now.
Roll a
I don't mean to
persuasion
be
check.
rude. What's that?
Roll persuasion.
Sure. I'm not trying to be rude. I just. Terrible. 12. Harold's really upset.
Ooh, what did you roll?
A 3.
A 3.
You know what? Today, I don't need it today. I'll luck roll it.
Okay.
All right.
I only need it tomorrow for that bluff.
You could also. You've already rolled, so I was gonna say you could use your hat. But
but then you might not want to intimidate.
Yeah, but then
her.
I might try to intimidate.
I just told you right now.
We're all gonna fucking die. Where is she? Yeah, 14 on my second one because I rolled a 5.
Sorry, headphones.
Ooh.
Right. Yes, of course. This way. Like, can
I will
easily read you.
Yeah, she can pick up that you're not being very persuasive right now because of all of the turmoil that is the urgentness of your matter. So,
listen, I've always been someone that believes in knowing things in order to prepare for things, and I think you would agree with me when I say something like information above power.
But, I mean, that is very true, and you can't really have none without both.
Yes, yes. Oh, fucking Seisha, you're the best. Okay, listen to me. You're the highest ranked person I know in the Harpers, and there is serious shit going on tomorrow. And I'm going to explain everything without incriminating the Cudgel in it.
And like as you start, it's like we have been made aware of the doppelganger threat.
Yeah, this is a little bigger than that.
And then and you go into explaining everything, and she just. Oh.
Yeah. There's one more also little tidbit of information that I need to explain to you. And I don't know how much you know because I don't know how much others have told you. I'm the Red Wing, and the Red Wing's a big lie.
All right.
And I tell you this.
Yeah, go ahead, Ed, with what you're about to say. Make a persuasion roll.
Yeah, that's fair. 18. I'm sorry. No, that's a 6. Damn, 15.
15? Okay.
And I say, it all started as a way to get back at Manchun for something he did personally to me, and now it's grown into this enormous thing, and I need people to pretend they're with me, because otherwise there is no Red Wing, and when I show up alone, they're going to know something's up. They don't have to get into a fight. They just need to be seen in places that I will designate to you tomorrow morning.
I have to be at the plinth tomorrow.
Okay.
But I can spread word.
That'd be great.
And hopefully...
Make sure Renair
song.
knows.
Hopefully a song will sing across the harp.
Great. Thank you. Oh, I'm going to get Seisha such a cool birthday card or Christmas card. I'm going to get her something. Yes.
And she'll... I was unaware that you were back.
Been real busy, actually.
Give Seisha my well wishes.
I will.
Wasn't glad to know that she's all right.
All right's a strong word for it, but we'll get that. We'll explain everything once the city's safe.
Fair. I will inform the other head priests when we arrive at the plinth tomorrow.
Dope. All right, I gotta go. I gotta go buy some clothes. I will catch you whenever I catch you. And Harold is going to hesitate before he leaves. Like, anything else she's gonna say before he busts out the door?
She looks like she's going to do what you said in the sense of she's going to inform the Harpers as try and get this song started, but
right.
she does not have the time to go across and make the song herself. You see that she is immediately brought back into like, okay, a savant, what are we doing? This is that, boom, 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 back into the business mode.
Yeah, I'm going to run. And I'm going to spend however much gold I have to get a shitload of costumes that will match the color scheme of the Red Wing. So I'm assuming that's black and red.
Okay.
Because it is a rush order, and there are people, working for God's Day. It's
just tell me how much it is, man. I will pay whatever it takes. It's very important. I have a very important play being played for the God's Day, and I won't wait.
I'm gonna say throughout the having to hit up several shops to get as much as you can. We'll say you can get 15 costumes.
Okay.
And this is because of all of the things that's being rushed. A lot of red and black are being used in other celebratory
absolutely.
and stuff like that.
But it will cost you 50 gold.
50 gold, not a problem. Done.
Yep. Which for clothes is...
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and then finally,
for clothes.
I want to put out a lie on the streets. I want there to be rumblings in the underworld that the Red Wing is planning a big move tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and make a deception check.
Okay. Oh, buddy, if ever I needed a big roll.
All right, 23.
Okay.
23. Okay.
Duly noted.
And that's everything Harold's going to do. I'm sure that will take him a lot of the day.
Yeah, that will take you the rest of the day.
Yeah, a lot of this like fast fire stuff is taking you the rest of the day.
That is a-okay with me. I'm good with that.
Okay, cool.
I would like to go to the parish of Lionsbane.
Okay.
And I am going to ask...
Again, really busy.
Yeah. I am going to try to get, and I was looking for his name and I can't find it, the other Aasimar of Kellenborg.
Yoan.
Yoan, yes.
He is of Jergal.
I thought Yoan was Kellenborg. And
Yoan?
the other one was Jergal. There were two Aasimar there.
The one that showed you his form and it
Yes,
looks like very
is Kellenborg.
creepy.
Got it. You were looking, okay. Of him. There is another Aasimar, actually.
Yep.
Of
There are
Kellenborg
two there.
There is two, yeah.
The head priest is also an Aasimar.
Oh, all right. Jan, may I speak to you, please?
I am busy.
It's of the utmost urgency, and I would not ask you otherwise.
Why not and go to your temple?
Because this is something bigger. This doesn't just concern my god.
Make a persuasion check.
I don't even know what my persuasion is at this point. I haven't used it in so long.
You're all about deception now.
I know.
You lying liar.
That's a 18. Yes, that's a 25.
25?
Yes.
He will take you to the private room where you saw his true form and then got the first message from Damara.
And I will explain to him what's coming.
He will let you know that, Doom Guider Conrad is meant to be at the plinth tomorrow.
All right.
Ooh, it's getting real.
Doom Guider Conrad.
Yep. And that is the head priest. That is also
Yes.
the Aasimar. And Yoan will actually be heading the stuff that's happening here at the parish.
Is there any possibility I could speak to him?
Anything you need to say to him, you can say to me.
I'm hoping for his assistance in the fight that's going to ensue. They're attempting to destroy the gods. They're raising the dead three.
The dead three cannot destroy the gods.
It's not just raising the dead three that's happening. There's a planar convergence taking place. Behind our realm sphere is another series of stars, the Aboleth sovereignty.
You see a lot of this is just kind of going over his head. And it's fine. You can
Yeah.
take the time to explain all of this stuff.
It's
and-
things from the far realm. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, of course.
So she explains everything to him.
He seems a little bit overwhelmed. A lot of
Yeah,
this
that's about... Yeah, that's right.
I do not have much more time, so make this quick.
I understand. I want to rally our forces, and I'm hoping that we can count your temple here among them to help protect the people of this city and preserve the gods.
If something comes, the parish will protect those to keep them from Kalimvor's embrace as long as possible until it is their time. If it is their time.
I understand.
And he nods with acceptance.
I cannot promise anything from the Doom Guider. He is busy tomorrow, as most of the high priests are.
Right.
But I will make him aware.
I figured it being the dead three, you all might have a specific interest.
We have to ensure there's not panic in the city.
Yes. I think it's going to be unavoidable, but we can minimize
And
it.
if we have all of the high priests in one area, we have a strong weapon against them.
Yes.
So, they will be informed.
Thank you. And then I am going to go find Pixel.
Pixel's at the house.
Okay. She walks in. Pixel, hey. Can I talk to you?
Yeah?
Pixel, there's something big happening. And remember how you kept staring at the stars?
Yeah?
Why were you staring at them?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay.
Don't really care anymore.
Okay.
I mean, they're pretty to look at sometimes, but they're not. They're just stars.
Just doesn't grab your attention like it did?
No.
Okay.
So our Karina's heart breaks for some reason.
I mean, the thing that's happening right now is kind of cool. I've never seen that before.
The stars all lining up?
Yeah, that's really neat.
Yeah, it is.
All of them lining
No, not like
No.
the whole, but there's...
But a bunch of them.
I was thinking like Hercules, like planets aligning.
Yeah.
Not like every star in the sky in one conga line.
But yeah,
Yes,
no.
it is definitely
Straight down, opens a hole, the Titans come out.
Right, yeah, which is honestly with the statues and stuff.
Okay.
That was all I needed. I just wanted to know if you had seen something, and you've seen what I was going to tell you about, so
Okay.
I'll talk to you later, okay?
Okay, bye.
Bye.
And she walks out and
Grown-ups are weird.
I love kids.
and
You see, like, Declan is, like, messing with someone and goes, huh, what? Yeah. Totally weird.
Seisha's going to go upstairs and begin meditating. And I want to see if I can contact my Solar.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Let me throw this one at you from left field.
What are you?
What are you doing?
I don't know why I was half expecting you to just go, no.
We will not be contacting you so today.
No.
We'll be contacting
Line
you
is busy.
in three
Line is
to
busy.
He's on the
3 to
internet.
5 businesses.
This number is
He
not
doesn't have
accepting
call
collect
waiting.
calls at this
Yep.
time.
Oh, man.
Okay, but what do you...
I'm sorry, but alright, you tried yours.
But in
not
your
accepting
meditation, what are you trying to manifest to your Solar?
Yep.
Is there anything that can be done against the power of Lara? Is there any weakness in someone else manifesting her power that I might be able to exploit?
You may or may not get a message or something in return.
Okay.
I'm not going to answer
I'll
that
get back to
question
you
right
later.
now.
And then after that happens, she's just going to sit up in her nook with, can I get Biblio up there?
Biblio...
Too big? Okay.
Yeah.
Too heavy. All right, then she's just going to sit up in her... Oh, I know what she'll do. She'll sit up in her nook, have Biblio turn into a coat rack at the bottom, and she'll reach down and just hold one of the coats, like a sleeve from a coat, a big purple sleeve.
Got it.
That she'll just kind of hold, and it'll wrap around her arm. And she's going to sit there and just stare out the window in her nook.
Biblio will
Watch the
turn into
city.
the ladder into your nook.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So you tell Biblio
So it
to
takes
meet...
me like 20 minutes to get up into it.
So, but also you tell Biblio to meet you up there, and it's
Yeah.
about an hour of your meditation that it takes him to get up
He's
to your
finally
room.
there, real slow.
Real slow.
Real slow.
And she's just gonna sit with him and sing to him and watch the city that she's come to love.
Okay.
How did we meet Biblio again?
He was a book on the shelf.
He was actually in the house that was abandoned, and he ate rats and bugs.
That's fine.
Do we,
Before bed, I'm just gonna real quick, holding the little marble raven, just say, I am not entirely sure that you weren't just a dream, because I've been doing drugs with Finley.
At least she's honest. Sorry.
If you are real, and this isn't to question you, I'm just questioning myself a lot right now. If you are real, Please help me save the innocent people of this city tomorrow. In some way.
As you're, we'll do Mama Uwe before that. But for that, you look outside, and across the way atop one of the buildings, not where the garden, the greenhouse is, there's another one where you see a bunch of birds. You actually see a nest of ravens and corvids, and you're unsure if it's a message, if you're hurt or not, but it's coincidence. At this moment that you're making this, you just so happen to see some ravens. But we will get, I heard, Ethan, you said something before we get to Mama Uwe.
Do we want to close the restaurant?
I think having a place for people away from the plinth and drawing people away from the plinth.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
There's bodyguards here. If anything, the people that take shelter here will be protected.
Yeah.
We don't have to roleplay it. I will tell the guards here, shit's gonna get real. Be ready, you know.
Okay. They will let you know if that's the case. When they'll ask, when do you think the problem is going to take place?
Sometime after the morning.
Okay. They will ask if it is okay if they take the night off of their shifts so that they're fully ready for tomorrow.
100%. Asterion order strong. Whew. All right, we're good.
Okay, great.
Anything you want other than just contacting your brother before we get into the other stuff?
No, that's pretty much
Great.
it.
I would also, before Gariel leaves, I would ask her if she would stay the night.
She will stay
100%.
the night.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's allowed to stay here now.
And Mama Uwe eventually knocks at your door.
Hello, Mama.
Hello, Giants. I'm here to talk with you both about private matters.
Yes.
So, who shall I talk to first?
You can go with Seisha first. That's fine.
Is it gonna take a while? Do you have to be there with me while this is...
I just need to initiate the dreaming, but you will be asleep, and then once you're asleep, that's it.
Okay.
So, if you got anything to do, you want to do it now.
I'm just going to go snuggle up and get comfortable then, I guess.
And then she'll walk in and be like, is it okay if she's here?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. There is a redheaded woman in your room currently. Yep. Yeah.
Well.
So, Mama. Have you ever heard of a little something called a menage a trois?
I can see you already horny.
Maybe on Mama's younger days.
Unsubscribe.
Okay. Amazing.
Do not wish to see content or related content.
Beautiful. Okay, so brevity's sake, you're laid down, you're getting comfortable. There are some incense that are burned in your room and some markings that she draws on you. And she says, just be thinking about who you want to talk to in your dream. And if they dreaming, when they dreaming at the same time you dreaming, you can contact them.
Okay.
And eventually you'll fall asleep, and she casts a ritual, even if it is not ritual mechanically. It is a Mama Uwe spell, and
It's a Mama special.
yes, and she'll cast it, and eventually you fall asleep. And I would like you to tell us what your dreamscape is.
The dream starts out on a slate gray world. There's no definition between the horizon and the ground. It's just all the same slate gray color. And a mist starts sort of roiling in from nowhere and everywhere. And it completely obscures the vision until it begins to thin and part. And as it does, there is a series of stone walls leading up an incline. And green, beautiful green, rocky fields surrounding this crumbling stone building that looks like it was once a beautiful, grand place, but now has fallen into severe disrepair. There are sections where the roof is collapsing, and there are areas where the walls have crumbled or outbuildings have been destroyed to nothing. But she moves with confidence through.
There's a grass as you walk past. You see the crops. You can hear and feel the salt wind blow off the coast nearby. And you actually hear the sound of wood against wood just clacking together. Clack, clack, clack. And you hear some familiar voices. And as you get closer, you see in the training ground, you and Master...
Belsund.
Belsund? Was he the...
He's the one who taught me to fight. He was
Yep.
the paladin.
Yeah. And Belsund is fighting with a young girl. Probably somewhere around 10 or 11. She has red hair. And you see herself, and you... That's not what really draws your attention, is the person you are looking for is watching them too. And you see your father sitting on a bench next to a tree, say an apple tree, that is up against, like, in the yard with an area that looks out over the ocean. And you can walk up and sit next to your father.
She'll just walk up and literally just walk up and sit down next to him.
As you were dreaming of home, and he was dreaming of you as a younger girl.
Hello, Father.
Oh. Hello.
I know this is going to sound strange, but I had to talk to you. And it's a dream, but I'm really here.
How has your journey been?
Hard. Very hard.
I knew it would be. That is why I sent him to look after you.
He's not with me anymore.
Is he dead?
No, he works better on his own. I still talk to him. He's not with me. I met Mother.
You can see, like, his attention drifts away from watching you and looks directly at you.
She is alive?
She was.
But you met her. I'm so happy you got to see her.
Me too. I'm so sorry. She was amazing. I understand all the things you said about her. How you felt about her. She showed me an entire lifetime of love in a moment.
believe that you were the only thing she truly loved. Because even when you lie so much, you lie to yourself. But you were a truth she could not lie.
She was an amazing woman. Something exceptional. I'm sorry to bring you such sad tidings, but I felt like you needed to know.
I wish I told you what she was earlier in your life. I'm sorry I lied, but I'm glad you got to see her for what she truly was and what you meant to her.
Insight? Does he realize who she truly was?
Make an insight check.
18.
18. You know that until you were old enough to accept certain things without asking a lot of questions, he knew that, because he discovered that she was a servant of Lara, and he kept that from you until he felt you were old enough to accept that knowledge.
Okay.
And being a follower of Agma, he was lying to you.
Okay.
Yeah, you get the sense that he doesn't know she was.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of really bad stuff happening right now, Dad. And we were trying to stop it. And we're not going to be able to, I don't think. And, I just want you to know I love you.
I love you more than anything in this world. And I know no matter what, you will persevere. Because you're a Velisbard. We are stubborn.
Yeah, we are.
And you are an amazing woman, and I am so proud of you. Don't lose your heart in the troubling times.
I think I have.
Hold on to the love of those around you. Me, your mother, and your old grumpy bastards.
I have a girlfriend.
When do I get to meet her? What's her name?
Her name's Gariel. She is my radiance. She's an amazing woman, and I promise, as soon as things have settled down, we'll come see you. It's gonna be a while though, Dad.
We are all waiting. Take your time.
I do have one question. It was actually his question. Why did you send me out into the world so unprepared?
Unprepared?
Voss always said I was unprepared.
I don't think there's any way to prepare me for what we're dealing with right now, but
As the three of us here taught you different aspects of the world, he was supposed to be your teacher. But what better way to gain the knowledge of life and the world than to experience it? What better way to truly know Agma than to live it? You can only learn so much from books and stories, but the knowledge you learn Seisha, you had to write your own story. Not just read about others.
I love you.
I love you.
I miss you.
And he brings you in for a hug and like just holds you as you experience time home and you actually feel him.
Yeah.
But that is your dream. And even after Mama Uwe is done setting you up, makes her way over to you and follows you to your room.
Hello.
I'm here to help you understand yourself.
Everything happened so quickly. I would really appreciate an extra set of eyes on what happened. And if it's my fault, and if I'm just going to ruin this world too.
What are you needing from me?
If I can, I want to show you everything that happened that day. And get your true, honest thoughts.
Okay. I believe I can link our minds.
Okay.
Similar to what I be doing with Seisha currently.
Okay.
And we'll put you under a dream as well, as she will also fall asleep, and she kind of begrudgingly like, I haven't slept like this in ages. Typically I sleep in the astral sea. That's what keeps my beauty.
It's working wonderfully.
Ah, shut up, child. I know you're just playing me.
No, I'm just nice.
But
No, you're not.
but
To the right people.
You can
Fair.
share a dream of everything that you experienced as Mama Uwe is there in your home world. And
There is excitement for Karina to show her it as she dreams of an underwater city encased in glass, with the sun rays coming through the ocean, walking around a marketplace. It's very brightly colored, full of tons of people, and everyone's just having a great day at a massive shopping experience in this underwater city.
she looks enthralled, but as she's looking at it, her attention never shifts away from you.
Yeah.
And is waiting for you to point out, like,
Yeah.
the things that she needs to pay attention to.
Yeah, and she does initially gesture kind of like, see, there's nobody here that looks like them. It's all this, and kind of tries to show like, this is why I have trouble with people. And then she points up right before it starts as the glass begins to crack and spider all across. And she looks at Mama Uwe and she said, right at that moment, I thought how wonderful my life would be if my family had never been my family. And the glass shatters and the water comes rushing in, And as the water smashes into Karina, it all goes black.
So do you think that because at one tiny moment when you'll be sad and hurt, that you caused the crack, you caused the end of your world and killed so many?
Feels like it sometimes.
I'm so sorry, child.
I mean, if it's not my fault, why am I the only one still here? Why am I the only one that made it out? Who the fuck am I?
Oh, judging by the stars on your hand. And looks at the vision again. Dim not the same no more.
No. Different sky.
Tattoos don't change on their own.
Yeah.
You tell me, you came to me ask a question. So I ask you one. Which happened first? The crack or your wish?
My wish.
And she thinks back to the vision. You said that it spidered, and then in that moment.
It was, she thought it, and right when she thought it, the
Okay,
cracks
correct.
formed.
Okay.
Are you a genie?
I don't think so.
You're not.
Don't know what they are.
Elemental beings that can grant wishes. What god you serve?
Before here? This might sound silly. The Platinum Dragon.
Bahamut.
He was my friend's god, and he guided me and took care of me when I first left home. And I figured any god that can make a dragonborn as nice as him must be a pretty good guy.
Bahamut's one of the few gods powerful enough to be the same across many planes.
Well, that's good to hear. There's a new god helping me now. Don't know much about her, but she seems... Well, to be honest, she seems very scary. But she seems like the only person that can fix inside of me.
What needs fixing, child?
The pain. The loss. You're the only person at this point in the entirety of existence that's seen that market.
She shakes her head.
Child, the only thing that help the pain of loss is time. And I can tell you from experience, it do and do not get easier. There'll be time where you forget or you enjoy the memory and it bring you happiness. And then there'll be time when all you feel is alone.
My fear is forgetting.
Then spread them knowledge. Don't hold them back. Tell everyone all the stories of your home.
I'm already annoying enough. You want me to be worse?
I love to hear the story. Your friends, they want to learn the story too. They just don't know it yet.
They're too busy trying to save the world.
You can do both. When you think that you are not being heard, make yourself heard. Tell them a time that reminds you of your people in similar thing they do. People die twice. They die when they leave us, and they die when they are forgotten.
The god that's helping me now is protecting those memories for me. Time heals the grief, but it heals the grief by making the things further away.
That's not true. Of course, sometime, as I said, you'll be forgetting.
And I don't want to.
But you also learn that when time goes by, what you remember most are the good times. All the squabbles you had, all the hardship, they go away.
Would you believe me if I said I miss the squabbles? I'd give anything, absolutely anything, to be yanking Darian down by his horn because he drank a 5th cup when you're trying to have a nice luau.
Did that sound to me like bad memory become good memory, and what I said is not wrong?
I guess you're right. But there are bad memories too. My family was awful to me. But I don't want to forget even that.
That is because that is what made you who you are.
Yes.
It don't take away what they did. And what we often miss in grief is the time we did not take to say what we wanted to do what we need to. And we wish we just had one more day. So, don't make the same mistake.
Thank you.
You did not end your world. You were hurt. You felt alone.
Yeah.
Don't blame yourself. And if you want to make sure that it don't happen again to you or to anyone else, to make sure that no one feels your pain, then you already know what you need to do.
I'm going to try tomorrow. There's bad things that are going to happen, and I'm going to do what I can.
And you promise me one thing.
Yes.
Whatever happened tomorrow, good or bad, don't be quiet. Don't let your memory fade away.
Thank you.
You want people to be a friend? You got to be a friend too.
I try. They've been adventurers for so long that I think they've forgotten how to be people.
That is one of them curses.
Today, I got so mad at Seisha. She's going to get herself killed, honestly.
Many adventures do. And she kind of looks towards the hand.
But I've got to try and get as many people out of the city as possible tomorrow. They want to save their loved ones, but as far as I can tell, yourself included, all their loved ones can take care of themselves. I'm worried about the people in the field ward, the children, the families, the people that have no idea how to even slap someone. What about them? Why don't they get to be saved just because they aren't best friends with an adventurer?
Most of the people in the city that have power. Of course, anytime something bad happens, you think about who's close to you first. But those with duty do what they can to make sure they save as many, and you're not going to save them all.
I know.
You'll have to accept that.
But I have to try.
You will try, but you have to accept that a part is going to fail.
I know. But I think in some way, not accepting that failure is what will make me try again. I don't ever want to become an adventurer if it means that I'm not hurt by the thought that I can't save everyone.
That be true. But you have to be prepared for both. You have to understand that you cannot save everyone you come across. Otherwise, you're going to end up killing yourself. And then you have no one to blame but yourself to not protect the people that you want to protect next. So.
I think I can refuse to accept it
And use the
move
pain
on.
to keep going. That's what you're doing now, is it not?
In a way. They're good people, I think they're so far down their path they can't see.
Then you need to show them. If someone's so stubborn, they're not going to listen to you.
No. Half of them treat me like I'm a child anyway.
It's just because you're small. But that don't mean they're right.
I'm used to that. Every minotaur in existence thinks I'm a baby. Well, past
me.
existence.
But
Thank you for coming back.
I'll let you know. The alley will do what it can to protect the alley. Can't promise we spread much further than that, but whoever bring here finds sanctuary. And there will most likely going to be other places in the city that do the same.
I'll probably find a way to check on the field ward. I feel connected with them. But thank you. It's very sound advice.
Anything else you need, child?
And we're still in the dream?
Oh, yeah.
Let me just show you this just before you go.
Okay.
And
I'm going to be here all night, so and you can show.
Yeah, she's just going to show her the luau with the giant tortoise and the luau taking place on his back while he sings. She wants to show her something nice.
All right. And with that, everyone sleeps. You can long rest, and you awaken on Marpinoth 15th.
Do I have to?
I sleep in. No one wakes
can I just
me
die?
up. I don't know. Spend the day in bed, I guess.
Finley is not there, so you don't get your one mind.
Yeah,
Yep.
telepathic bond.
Telepathic bond, that's the word. However, there is one of the things that wakes you up, there's two birds at different windows. There's one at yours, V. And I will send that to you. And then another one that's just kind of addressed to everyone, so whenever a window is open, it actually just lands on the common room table.
Okay.
Put that in the group chat.
Ooh. Group chat whispers.
Boom. I sent yours to you.
Oh.
Oh, that's long.
And if someone would like to read the group one.
I'll read the group one. Dear BFGs, I first want to thank you all for bringing me back from the imprisonment I found myself within the Star Mounts. As much as I love this great city, I have made the decision to take my younger siblings and raise them somewhere where nobles will not whisper behind their backs about the sins of our parents. I can handle it, but it's not fair to them, and they deserve the chance to just be children, especially after everything they've been through. To V, I wish you all the best. You were an amazing woman before, and I am inspired by the woman you have become. Although I think we could have made a good family, I believe in you marrying for love and hope you find what you are looking for as I go looking for mine. Know that I do not blame any of you for your decisions. They were merely the consequences of their actions. But I would be lying if I said it was easy to be in a city absent of them, but also knowing the dark stain on our name they left with us. I also will say I got a strange feeling from the adopted child of the Growlhuns. I believe his name is Yosef. Children can be eccentric, but I think he believed himself to be a black goat because he was always wearing a horrifying and realistic goat mask. They invited me, Elzarina, and Terenzio to the plinth to watch all the head priests celebrate God's Day and watch the celestial staircase fireworks on our Mount Waterdeep. However, our passage east leaves before the celebration. Plus, the twins did not like their new nanny. Anyway, we will be heading to Coromir or possibly Sembia if you ever find yourself out that way. Our home will always be open to you. Sincerely, Osvaldo Castellanter.
Who's that?
That is the son of a noble house. The son disappeared many years ago when he was engaged.
Yeah, he's my ex-arranged marriage fiance.
Oh, thank you. That was what I needed. Okay.
He was trapped with the Veterock in the amber.
Can I read my letter?
Sure.
Unbreakable. I write to you in desperation. Father knows our mother is missing and has you scrying to find her on top of the mountains or joined with our clan. I have sent Harold's family away in the promise of their safety. He does not suspect that they knew any different, as he believes I have turned against him. For this, I fear my safety is dwindling. He says he is going to bring charges of theft, vandalism, and damaging of property, as he believes I am responsible for the attack on the mines now. Thankfully, I have no magical prowess, so he has no way to assume I have manipulated Mother in such a way. I am in prison in my own home. Please come save me. Love, your brother.
Well, shit.
Boy. So we're doing that this morning.
I forgot about scrying.
There's one more thing.
Why didn't Finley at least think of it? Why didn't anyone think of that? We thought
there's
about
one
that
more
before
thing.
we even went to the mountain.
What
There's one more thing we have to think about.
What?
The Growlhunds want to bring Yosef. But we're not entirely certain that Yosef isn't somehow tied to all this.
I'm fairly
goat kid?
certain he is.
How? Ow.
I don't know.
He was a construct, potentially, of the hag.
Like he was used as bait for us to show up there to mention we could deal with her and make all this happen?
No, he is a tool of hers. And she'll be making use of him potentially today.
Well, how do we... Well, what if we just take him far away?
We were talking about kidnapping, and we can't do that. And there's too much we have to do.
Well,
in
it's
the
not
city.
kidnapping if he... Well, Osvaldo's watching him, right? And if he consents to that...
Osvaldo's not watching him. The Growlhunds are.
Oh, the Growlhunds. Well... Yeah, we could just kidnap him. It's fine. We'll deal with it later.
This is just one possible.
Why don't we
thing
ask
to
Voss
think
to
about.
get him out of the city?
Voss is more than happy to kidnap people.
I think it's so risky to. We think he might be involved. We don't know that he is involved.
And that's why we have Voss do it, because he is a tool in Voss's plans. He would protect him.
Everybody but Karina can roll. Actually, no, you've heard this because of the notes that were shared. Everybody can roll to try and remember something. So it's going to be intelligence modifier at disadvantage.
Oh, at disadvantage.
Yep, because you're trying to recall information you don't have it in front of you.
11.
Ooh,
I mean,
19.
16 plus
Karina
2?
has the brain cell
So
today.
18.
18, 19, Harold?
no.
Not bad.
Got it. So you two, when one of the monikers of Shothragot, Mother of Monsters, Herald and Harbinger of Elder Evils, the Black Goat.
So hold on.
Wait.
I'm just gonna share that with V because I'm like, wait.
Always.
I don't know if you guys can hear it, but she is cussing outside. She's saying dirty words.
I want you to say it just one more time with feeling.
But,
Well,
Go
ahead. Yeah. So
So
there's that information.
hold on. I need the explain it like I'm 5.
The black goat
So,
The sentence had a lot of monikers in it, so I need the.
So
truncate.
this child.
This child
Yes.
always wears a black goat mask.
Yes.
Black goat. He might be the vessel for the mother of monsters.
Got it. There were too many titles for the mother of monsters that my brain went, we're out of this sentence.
That's fair.
He cannot be there. He cannot. Even if he's not there, they can summon her into him wherever he is.
Then we gotta be there to stop it.
Oh yeah, you're still here.
I'm.
Yes, she is.
And Karina,
Yes.
there's a raven that's
Sitting on the ledge of the balcony.
I'm gonna go over to it.
Okay.
And as you look and you start to go, there's a second. And a third.
You see the 3 ravens, and you walk up to it, and they kind of just like look at you.
Good morning.
And they all start to hover and fly.
South.
No, I think it's southwest.
Okay. I'm just gonna immediately spin around. I have an idea. We got to go southwest.
What's southwest?
I'm going to say this.
Right now, you have to be in multiple places at the same time.
I'm going southwest.
I'm going to the plinth.
Karnan wants
I
you
gotta
to
talk
be.
to the Cudgel.
And your brother just said,
I'm going to the Gathala mansion.
Splitting the party.
and that is where we're going to end tonight.
Black goat!
That's been there since the
I don't want to talk
swamps.
about it. You shut your mouth.
We knew that the vessel was going to be a goat?
No, the moniker of the black goat and him always having a black goat mask and
Yep.
being obsessed with black goats.
No, he's drawing them and stuff.
Next week will be a one-shot. But the following episodes after that will be a little different. As you will all be separated and in your own individual episode.
Oh, what?
Yep.
Oh, no.
More on that to come.
I'm so nervous.
Thank you all so much for joining us.
If you have not entered already, enter hashtag Eldritch for your chance to win a $50 discard. I messed that up. And words, it exists now because I said them. We've been waiting for this moment for so long, and the choices you have all made and the things that you have done this past day will influence and affect the things that happen coming up. But you guys did a lot. You did a lot.
I'm so scared. Like comforting conversation with Mama Uwe? Just kidding.
Winner of the Eldritch Foundry miniature is Homid Arun. Congratulations. We'll be in contact. Be excellent to each other.
May you always roll with advantage because you're going to need it.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.